Daddy, you are the pillar that holds my life. Lion of Judea.
You are the pillar that holds my life.
Anyway.
You are the pillar that holds my life.
Hey, yeah.
Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds
You
my
are.
life.
You are the
Master
pillar.
Jesus, you are the pillar that holds my life.
I said, Jesus, unibu kalabati sinduwe. Nibu kalabati sinduwe. Ojo biete, nibu kalabao. Nibu kwa kalabano. Nibu kwa kalabati sinduwe. Ojo biobi ko nibu kwa kalaba. Chika nije nibu kwa kalabao. Nibu kwa kalabati sinduwe.
All right. Thank you very much, people. I appreciate you all. Like I said before, yes, I can see more people coming in already. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. It's a second broadcast. It's a continuation of the previous broadcast. Yes, I'm going to play the video of this particular woman, Lillian, again, because a lot of people asking and paying interest to it, because I can see more people join us this evening. So I'm just going to quickly recapitulate back on this particular video of the woman again, then we take it from there. Thank you very much for joining us, my people. I appreciate every one of you right there. Help us to like and share. May God bless. Okay, yes, I guess you guys already have it on the screen. Let me quickly take on this article. Let's take this together. Thank you very much, my people. I better make a press on this broadcast. We're going to be here for another 2 hours. So let's quickly do this. All right, what we have here, you can see article, Peter Obi court must sack Tinubu if he didn't win election. Sam Amadi. Okay, let's listen to what Sam Amadi have to say here. The director of the Abuja School of Social and Political Thought, Sam Amadi, on Friday gave condition President Bola Tinubu should be kicked out. Amadi said Tinubu should be kicked out if he didn't win the last presidential election fairly. He made the call while faulting those arguing the presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, and Labour Party, LP, Mr. Peter Obi, should drop their cases against Tinubu at the Presidential Election Tribunal. I believe so now because of this woman, this director contact this one says. Tweeting, the public affair analyst said it is foolish to ask those aggrieved to drop their case for Tinubu administration to succeed. According to Amadi, it is foolish to argue that aggrieved persons should drop their case so that Tinubu presidency can succeed. Why are we always in search of plastic heroes? In the 1960s, African intellectuals preached the one-party state for national death. We got neither democracy nor development. Tinubu is not the first person to be sworn in as president. There is no development that should trump establishing the fairness and freeness of the 2023 polls. If Tinubu didn't win fairly, he should be kicked out. That's a national development. Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Amadi. You are in Nigeria and you are saying this. It means that, yes, freedom of speech is still very, 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 very active in Nigeria, especially when you know your rights. I said this in the beginning of the seven girl made. Thanks for the super chat. May God bless you, sir. I really do appreciate this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's quickly move on to the people on the panel. It's good for us to start talking right now because I'd already take a couple of minutes on this second broadcast. So I'm going to start with the people that just joined us right now. Please pardon me. Let me start with Madam Rita. Madam Rita, then I'll go to my sister Amoye's corner. So let me go with Madam Rita. Madam Rita, good evening to you. It's good to have you on the panel. Please talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Nigel. Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Good evening, everybody. Madam Nena, Mommy Diaspora, everybody watching at home. Ninja Watch, I almost wanted to tell you to please pause or stop playing this woman's. I don't know if it's a woman or a hermaphrodite, or I just wanted to just stop because, misleading people is a very dangerous thing. Misleading, especially gullible people. And like I said, Nigeria is a country that is very easy to govern. Nigeria is a country that is very easy to govern. And when you have a society like that, people who understands how people think or the temperature, they can bring compound confused people. I'm trying to choose my words carefully because of how I'm feeling. And I don't want to sound like I am making judgment because I'm emotional. I am not emotional. I have that emotional intelligence to just tell the people what the truth that they need to hear and not put emotions on it. So that's why I'm trying to be very careful. This woman who is senseless, in fact, I don't even know if she's a woman because she doesn't represent women. You said something about a doctor. Is she like a PhD doctor or a medical doctor? I'm assuming she can't be a medical doctor because she should be in the operating room instead of coming to fool herself. She probably one of those PhD that they bought, just like Professor of Rice and Beans, Wole Soyinka. I'm just wondering. First of all, like I said, I don't even know if she's a woman. I pray. This is my prayer, and I'm very careful with my words. I pray that if this woman is looking for some form of justice for herself, I'm not going to add her children because those ones are innocent. For herself, for the rest of her life, she won't find that justice. I pray that she will be cheated in everything that she wants to do. And that will hurt her so much that she will have a reflection of what she did against the majority of the sensible Nigerians under the obedient. That is my prayer for her. She will never get any form of justice in her life. I'm repeating it and I'm not missing my words. This woman, I can't even use her first name because I have a cousin who answers that name and she's a professor. So, it's a shame that, you're not even in the same league at all in any way. So it's a shame that she's even answering that name, the letter L. And I don't even care to even remember. I didn't even pick up the other last name. I'm not even interested in the name right now. This woman, she's looking for private saga. She's looking for popularity. She's going to get the popularity. And it is said that when somebody like Agbado comes into play, a lot of people who you thought they were human beings in the society, or who you thought were educated, experienced, exposed, empathetic, inspiring people in the society, he makes them look like a bunch of airheads. And she's just a typical example of an airhead. Nothing to show. And there's something that really hurt me. And I expect the Nigerian civil society, my brother Ayman Mosa, if you are over there, or Mr. Haro, please, Domosa, you guys represent a Edo civil society organization, right? This woman claims to be coordinator for the civil society of the Agbado conglomerate of thieves, right? So I think people who are in the civil society should tell her to please stop using their name and tagging it as an appendage to them for Agbado to look good. It's the same way Agbado used Nadeko to make him seem like he's democratic. He was never, I repeat, never a democratic person. He schemed his way into Nadeko to make it look like he fought for democracy. And that silly hat he wears on his head with the chains that he says symbolizes you're breaking out of chains or of some sort. It was just a fluke. Just like everything about his life is a lie. Everything is arranged. Everything, his name, his certificate, his nationality is a lie. So he has been running that parade for a long time, including adding himself to good societies like Nadeko. Well, I think they are a good society. Someone can have a different opinion about Nadeko, but I think using such names, I was part of Nadeko, I fought for Nigeria, is a blatant lie. Those are the tools that he used to make himself look relevant and serious in the Nigerian society. He's a fraud. He is a fraud. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's not even his name. Ogunleye. I'm sure his name is not even Ogunleye. Let us, in fact, I have to research Guinea names. He probably has one of those Guinea names. Like I said from day one, last year, this man is not a Nigerian. He probably came to Nigeria or wherever his parents as one of those house boys, and they apprenticed themselves. They stay in Nigeria for a long time. They start speaking the Yoruba language, and then all of a sudden, he changed his name. He got close to the Tinubu family of Lagos, the good Tinubu family of Lagos, and changed his name. It's the same way he's appending himself to things in the society or associations that has to do with good things like Nadeko. Now, this compound senseless airhead of a woman is now using that civil society. That you see that name, civil society, as an appendage to make her look good, to make Agbado look good, using the word civil society. It shouldn't be called civil society. It should be called confused group of people association supporting Agbado. That is what she belongs to, not civil society, because that name, what Nigerians read first? Listen, representation is very important. Representation and name is very important. Just like I say, when you are writing your resume, if you are writing your job letter, the first paragraph or the first sentence talks a lot about you. So these people are playing the same thing. That she's using the word coordinator, civil society. Anybody just read that, they forget the rest of the thing below. So she's taking that name to make herself look good. It's annoying. It's irritating. It's disgusting. Where did she come from? She's sitting down. I just saw the body like she's swaying. You know when you have a child that has stolen meat from the pot? Did you steal the meat from the pot? No, mommy. And the child is swaying and turning. You know that child is lying. That is exactly how her disposition was on national TV. I am disgusted. I don't know if there's another word after disgusted. Maybe somebody can use that because I'm trying so far. It's like, I don't know. It's like my whole face was just like, am I hearing what I'm hearing? And she said, I have a right to air her opinion. Did anybody tell this airhead that Peter the Rock Obi and the Obedient have a right to know the process that's caused the selection by Mahmoud? We have a right to know how the process went. Did anybody tell her that? And she used the word, for national interest. Like, seriously? Seriously? National interest? National interest? What is national interest? Civil society, I know what they look out for when it comes to national interest. Madam, or hermaphrodite, I don't know what she is because she's not a woman. This woman she's not a woman. I don't know what she is. She's some entity wearing purple. Does she know what is called national interest? That is what I'm saying. The civil society of Nigeria, they better come out and counter out this fraud of a woman. They have to come out and counter because she cannot be using that civil society name. Everything Agbado, and I want to make something clear here. And I've heard it several times from the people on the left corner saying that what Agbado is doing right now is what Peter Obi was saying. Listen, with all due respect, hell no. I repeat, what Agbado is doing is not, I'm repeating it 3 times, is not according to Peter Obi's manifesto. It is not. People should stop saying that. We need to obliterate that word. It is not the same. It is not the same, people. A man that just increased 114% on political holders. Is that what Peter Obi was talking about? Has anything come about production so far? All we hear is appointment of criminals, the same conglomerate of criminals. Is that Peter Obi's manifesto? You're talking about giving student loans. Students that there's no job, there's no production. Where are the students going to go to? And look at the conditions of the loan. Is that Peter Obi's manifesto? It is no, capital no. It is no. How can you put rebuttal that was challenging you when you were governor? You're not putting him again as NSA, security advisor. Like, serious? Whether it's coordinator, whether it's national security advisor or ADO or assistant security advisor, that guy has no business right there because Ribadu himself allegedly is a criminal. And I know it is the caliphate that made them put that guy there. I know it's the caliphate. I know for sure. And this is not allegedly. They made him put it there. So you can see that we are just in this hellhole, this shithole. We need to clean it up. We need cleaners. We need cleaners. And there's something she said. These people who are laying claims are not the rightful owners. Hello, Madam PhD or whatever I call you. That's not even a grammatical word to even use. Your grammar is poor. Just like how your representation is even poor. Very, very poor. Nigeria, what are the vessel? I'm just trying to hold myself. Where, because what this woman is just doing, I hate misrepresentation, especially for a gullible country like Nigeria. We need to be very careful. And when people like this come out, we need to counteract immediately. Immediately. They need to be counteracted immediately. Because Nigeria is a gullible society. Take it or leave it, my people. All of us in diaspora, all of us are getting some form of education for Nigeria Watch. We think, okay, everybody in Nigeria is like that. No! It's not everybody in Nigeria that is like that. So that's why when you have people misrepresenting the people and lying on the earth, lying on national TV, we need to counteract them immediately without missing words, without anything like sorry or forgive. No. And this also applies to any pastor, any religious person. I don't care what denomination you come from. If you tell Nigerians that we should move on for national interest, what betide you on your generation, whoever you are? Because you cannot tell that to people who have suffered, people who lined up to get PVC, people who even died in the process, people who are frustrated, people who develop high blood pressure in the process. You cannot tell them, forget it and go away. Where are we going to go? Forget it and go away, madam. Forget it and go away. And do what? Enjoy the status quo? No way. No way. And I'm not being, this is emotional intelligence now. I'm not talking on emotions. In case some of you are thinking, she's just shouting because no, I know what I'm talking about. Because these people are evil. You can't just sit down there and be quiet. She's lying. She's misleading people. Nigeria is a gullible society. People easily get cajoled. So they're capitalizing on that. And that's why I thank you very much, Mr. Nigeria Watch, for having programs like this. Because people need to hear it. People need to be aware of the tricks of these demons and their minions. Now, talking about birth certification. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to go to Mr. Amadi's talk on article. And these are my reasons. He's repeating what the Peter Obi team and the LP, one of the reasons why they are in court anyway. So Mr. Amadi just wants to make himself popular again. Everybody wants to use Peter Obi's name. They will attack us, they will intimidate us, they will lie on us. So I'm not even going to talk about Mr. Amadi because what he's saying is what we are fighting for anyway. So what's new? What's new? As for birth certification, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I think is being hidden under the sun. Atiku's team, Mikano's team, they don't want to spend so much money on the investigation. For example, about the passport issue from Guinea. They don't want to spend so much money because they know that they are losers. They know that they are losers. They know that there's no chance that they ever won this election. But they're just there just to save face and not to make it look like they are some form of defeated groups. You understand what I'm saying? So I think they just want to just say what they want to say, whether it goes their way or not. They really don't care. Because if you look at the questions they were even asking, it was just trying to mock INEC and APC. I mean, based on how he was responding to the questions, he was just trying to mock them, like about the certificate, the forgery, or the citizenship from Guinea and all that. It's just PDP has no case. They're just there. Maybe they're not even the joker in the game. So for me, because the 25% Abuja is the joker of this entire game. That's the joker. So PDP there is just warming the bench, I would say. So they really have no relevance to this thing. They're just there to say, okay, let it not be like it's one against one. Let's just add another one just to make it seem like something is going on. So that's just what I say about that. And then I think that the days where people, in terms of that certificate issue, I'm going to go back there again. The time, those days, I think when people, like in 1979, now 78, I think that's when they say he allegedly graduated from the University of Illinois. I think those days, when people use different names or moniker, of people's certificates, and those days the internet wasn't as expatiated or vast the way it is, where people have fingerprints or the ID card. Is not something that they really checked at that time. Check it out. In 1978, that's about 45 years ago. Technology wasn't as advanced as it is now. So that's why if you really check most of all these older people and check some of their certificates, it's fraudulent. It is. I remember it was the time of Maurice Iwu. I don't know if somebody can correct me. Maurice Iwu was a former Senate president, where he was claiming he got a certificate from one university in the UK, and they now found out that it was fake, and that's how he was removed as Senate president. I don't know if it's Maurice Iwu. Maybe I'm wrong. I know it's one guy like that. And then Dino Melaya also fell into the same thing. He was claiming that he graduated from Harvard, and then he quickly went to his Wikipedia page and removed it. Same thing with this woman, Stella Odwa, the former senator from Anambra State. She did the same thing. She went to quickly edit her Wikipedia page. So a lot of them now, because people are now investigating, going to these schools to find out now Did this person really graduate? What university? I mean, they contact the university, you know, they try to find. So as at that time, you know, a lot of people, you know, I think many of our parents went to the UK. You know, if the few ones that went to study in the US as at that time, just like Agbado claimed, because I know he went to do drugs in US, he didn't go to any school there. And this is not allegedly, because I don't believe, I'm saying in Nigeria, what he didn't go to no University of Illinois. It was a woman. So he used one of those names, and you know, people just use it, and then they bring out the certificate, they print it out in somewhere like Ojo Elegba, and say, okay, this is where I went to, and people take it, they don't investigate. May God bless his soul, Gani Faremi. These were the few lawyers who were also doing some form of investigative journalism as at that time. And then he knew that this man was a fraud from the get-go. But you know, majority of Nigerians didn't want to listen. And there was this culture of may we forget, let us move on. Just like what this hermaphrodite is talking. With all due respect to people who are hermaphrodite. In fact, she's not, I don't even know what she is. She's an animal wearing purple shirt and trousers or skirt and blouse. This thing that came to talk here. So it's the same thing. What she's saying was probably what they've been saying over the years, and nobody really went as far as my president Peter Obi. So right now, it's like this is the bonga fish in their throat right now. They can't believe this man went as far as he did, because nobody has really gone as far as the. Let me know the process of how you got there. Let me subpoena people I need to subpoena. This is the first time. So right now, it's coming to them like, oh my goodness, this man is going deeper and deeper into the abyss of their lives. He's going very deep. So that's why they're all the fact that she even came out now is showing that you cheated. The fact that she even presented herself is showing that you cheated. Why are you begging me? Why are you cajoling? Why are you trying to intimidate me to tell me to move on for the sake of national interest? Like, for real? Is that national interest thing that is irritating me? National interest, for the sake of national interest. Judges, you better give Peter Obi, and we're not doing any re-election. We are not doing any re-election. They should kick this man and put him into the Black Maria Agbado, put him inside the Black man for cheating and for fraud, away from Aso Rock. And immediately swear in Peter Obi, the right president. That's what should happen. That is national interest. And they free Nnamdi Kanu. That is national interest, for Christ's sake. And address all the Fulani headsmen. That is national issues, for Christ's sake. And start doing production. Production, that is national interest. And start dealing with the bank CEOs. All of them who are making the dollar high and making the naira low. The value of the naira is going. That is national interest, for Christ's sake. Putting people in the gulag, what is to be, that is national interest, for Christ's sake. And I see people like this one that's wearing purple skirt and blouse, putting them where they ought to be, in jail. That is national interest. Putting Fesa Sokoye, putting Yakubu in jail. That is national interest, for Christ's sake. That is national interest. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu, that is national interest. People like the overfed orangutan, the one that calls himself Dokubo or whatever it is, in fact, it should be arrested. That is national interest. That is national interest. The Major of Kaduna, he should be arrested for all the atrocities he has committed. That is national interest. Shetima, all the things that he has done against Christians, that is national interest. All the people who have been buried in Kaduna, they should arrest all of them. That is national interest. Deborah's case should be brought up. That is national interest. That is national interest, for Christ's sake. What is this woman? What is this thing talking about? At the vex, Nigeria Watch. At the vex, I just want to cool myself. Because the pain in Nigeria is too much. Yeah. The pain in Nigeria is too much. I'm going to pause here. Let it not be like I'm taking over. I'm just talking. I know there are other people that need to talk, but nobody should talk about national interests. As long as Peter Jirokobi is president, then we'll start talking about national interests. Right now, there's no national interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Rita. Wow, thank you.
Watch.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I be the relax somewhere. I just hear one voice from one planet, the fire. Sister Rita, woo, I love you. I love you. God bless you.
God bless you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Madam Rita. You are a wonderful woman. Thank you. It shows that every one of us, the situation in abroad, we are gradually tired. Or rather, we are gradually getting tired. So the way you spoke, I can hear a lot of voices from your own voice. I just want to say thank you. When I say people who speak like this along how I speak on this platform, it shows that I'm not alone. Thank you. Let's continue to say it how it is. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Let me call on Amoye's corner. Good evening to you, my sister. Thanks for joining us. Please talk to us.
Hey, Mr. Elvis, well done. Greetings to you, especially. Greetings to everyone in the comment section, those that are listening in, everyone on the panel. Wow, Sister Rita, you came with volcano. You literally carried the volcano with you. Man, so thank you very much for the passion in which with which you delivered that. That's quite needed, you know. When I didn't have the time to call to join the conversation, but when I saw this woman's interview, I just could not help myself. Is I don't know if it's the ponytail that she has up on her. She has no hair on that head that she pulled up. I don't know where they get these women who cannot stand for the truth. It boggles my mind that a woman who's supposed to be, I'm assuming she's a mother. I'm assuming. So I don't know. Even if you're not a mother, you don't have to have a child. See, this is a typical example. You don't have to have born a child to know what it means to be a mother. You really don't. Every woman cannot be a mother. For this woman to come on live TV, I wonder what she teaches her children at home to accept defeat, to accept when somebody steals. And I like the example that you mentioned, Mr. Elvis, that somebody should have asked her. They should have really asked her that question. If somebody steals your child, if she's, well, some people don't even care for children. I keep saying Nigerian parents don't love their children. This is ironic.
Yeah, but there's every possibility, like I said before, my sister, that if you ask her that question, she will say yes, carry the baking, go, because she's
Now
heartless.
exactly. Now they talk because that's what is happening in Nigeria. They don't even care whether they are picking they involved now. Concern, affect them. It would have been nice to hear what her, even though we know what the obvious answer would have been, it would have been nice to hear her response. It was cringe-worthy to watch her just talk, open her mouth and speak and talk about people. I wonder, these people, do they live in Nigeria or they live somewhere else? They are so it's amazing how they're so removed from the sufferings of every person in Nigeria. The roads are not bad. They get different road when they drive. They not get different roads. Now the same road. There's no light. There's nothing working in that country, and they're in that country. I sometimes they wonder maybe these people have some mental disease that has not been attended to, because otherwise I don't understand how a woman will come on a national TV and then speak like that and tell hey, Peter the Rock Obi tell people that they should not cry for what was stolen from them. There's something definitely wrong with that woman. It was so difficult for me to watch. I couldn't. I could not. I felt like going through that. I felt like going through through my channel, through the TV to go and just butt head the woman, go and head her where she was. Like, what are you talking about? Where do they find these people like that? And she has a title. She's a PhD. Hey, PhD holders. Oh my God. PhD people, please. If you are PhD and you are doing correct things, please don't be adding, don't even mention PhD again. We don't tire to the hear PhD people when they mess up big time for national TV. All the professions for Nigeria, they don't. Ay, yeah, 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 yeah. Filthy. That the lawyers, no ethic, no ethics for the lawyers. Nobody, there's no suspension for lawyers, no matter how evil, how terrible your work product is. There's no punishment. How can a system function like that? It was a huge embarrassment to listen to this woman. Honestly, I hope that they come heavy on her. I hope that by tomorrow, Twitter is on fire for her. Since she wants to be noticed, by all means, I hope she gets what she's looking for, because it's a joke. Women are supposed to be the ones in the forefront fighting, because women suffer the most. This woman is a devil, because she cannot say she does not see the suffering of her fellow women on the ground. Now, women, they feel and pass. Women and children. For this woman to bend, to fix her lips and come on national TV and say people should move on. Talking about democracy. What does democracy mean to people like that? Do they even know what they're talking about? These people clearly have collected money from their leader. He has paid them off, and because all they think about is money, everything they do is about money. I have observed most of these people who come and speak on behalf of this Agbado man, they talk am. E be like say their brain, they suspend them. When they join that court, they go say, donate your brain. I'm telling you, no joke. All of them, they talk like say they not get no brain, nothing functioning in there. Everything that they've achieved in life, it just becomes nothing. It becomes dust, because you are coming to defend something that is clearly evil. I don't know how somebody will get mind. You come they defend something when you know, say you yourself are sure inside her, if she has the capacity to think, because most of these people, when they suspend their brains, they can't think anymore. And your bar now, this woman, they sleep church. They do 40-day fasting and prayer. Now them, they sit down for front. Now then they give special seat for front for church. Yoruba. And Yoruba say now one of the most popular churches now they go. It's a shame.
And they'll still give her a title for that church.
Oh yeah, deaconess.
Yeah,
If you get husband, they add deacon joiner. The children will be youth pastors. And it's sad.
You're right.
This is so sad, because these are people who, that woman, I get no be position I get for that civil society organization. He gonna talk to people. Should be having some sort of influence on people. Please, how the society won't it work if we get people like, for somebody to say, if she won't talk, say she not see what happen during the election. She won't talk, say she not see how they take main people, how some people they will be say they go vote, they not come back again. Some go vote, they come back incomplete. One limb was missing, or one limb was missing, one eye don't go. On top say that they go vote. She won't talk, say she won't know. She won't talk, say she don't know, say she don't see what they happen, how they take mutilate result, they change everything. She won't talk, say she don't know. Not be all women be women. That's just the truth. Not be all women know
But
what
you
it
cannot
be.
the reason why you are talking like this, is because you have a heart. She's satanic. Satanic people don't think the way you think. That's it. So that one way they ask her whether she wants to say she don't know. She tell you say she don't know. She know now. She know she's satanic. That's why they don't things like this don't affect them. Because that's what they belong to. The reason why B says someone like you, they cry, shout, is because you are not satanic. You have a heart. People like this kind of woman doesn't have a heart. Thank you.
So my brother, I don't know. Sister Rita don't talk and finish. Sister Rita don't verse all the verse when all the women they verse. So I not get anything to add. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much for your submission. God bless you. You know, the truth of the matter is that when you see all these devilish people are behaving in Nigeria, we shouldn't be surprised. We shouldn't be surprised. Somebody today in Edo State, husband and wife, said their 1-month-old baby. Today, this will not be said last month. It happened before for across Nigeria. It don't happen so many times for Lagos or Ogun State, different places. But I'm saying today, fresh. 1-month-old baby. So tomorrow now that campus will do something. We're going to say, why are you doing this now? No, because they are not human beings. These people are not human beings. They don't act like human beings. They don't act like you. They don't act like act like me. They don't act like us. They are satanic. When they are taking decisions on human beings, they don't know, they don't have no single feelings. That's where we are. Thank you. Let me move on. Thank you very much, people. Please press on this like button. As you all know, that this is a new broadcast. We currently have over 500 people watching us across, and Nigeria watch about 500 there as well. So please press on the like button. We currently have 121 likes. If you can continue to press on the like button, my people, take it out of that 121 just for me to know somebody's listening to me. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you all. God bless you all. Let me call on Black Panther. Black Panther, it's good to have you on the panel. I would like you to talk to us, sir.
So, Mr. Najao, God bless you. See, you know why I joined this? You know why I joined now? I said I was going to listen throughout today. I just heard Sister Rita voice, just they come like volcano. I said I got to join. Let me, if it only meant for me to just give her an appraiser, that I'm fulfilled for today. Sister Rita, my grandmom will say this. Iye no ma God will bless you. You're a good mother. You're feeling for your children. Oh, God will bless you. You spoke everything that I have inside of me. I say again, God will bless you. It has been long that I've seen a woman pour it all out the way you did today. I just got to run out and join and give you an appraiser. God will bless you. You see, before I proceed, I will say thank you, panelists. You guys have been doing wonderful things. Audience all over the world, in Nigeria, most especially, God bless you all. Keep the eyes on the crown. Make your heart focus on it. It is a positive movement, and the road is getting tougher. The roof might look as if it's going to be blown off, but our foundation will sustain the roof, not to be blown off. Thank you all. Mr. Najawash, I thank you for today. The video you played today was awesome. And I sometimes I give a smile, but the smile that I'm giving is like I'm remembering a lot of things, a lot of things that have happened in the past. Like I had this lady that came up and started, blabbing like a tire that got busted while the car was in motion. I think she's a product of a country that has been beaten to tatters, a product of corruption, a product of evil, a product of satanic manipulation, a product of twisted-minded woman, because I won't call her a mother, because she's not a mother, a product of being insensitive to humanity. That is who she is. You see, I made a sort of contribution in one of was it Omoye or one of this in one of these social media. I spoke lengthily about how Tinubu came in and how Tinubu had a rub-off with Abiola and had a rub-off with Nadeko, and how the other one that was talking about revolution, how they both converge at Ikeja of Allen, resident of Abiola, how they converge. And why that one that said revolution now cannot speak. And I pray may his mouth be closed forever. And now that it is very clear that anybody can just wake up and say, I am from a mid, they will just form a group and say, oh, a civil society. And you see another one will form a group, oh, we are the civil society, we went through the election, and the election is like this, and somebody will walk up and say, oh, the next election you are going to do in your civil society, we are going to produce the beavers, and they will start laughing. That is where I came in and said, there's no more civil society in Nigeria. What you have now is like people that like what we have in Christendom now. Any man can walk up, oh, I was called by God. Which God? Give us the tape and the voice note that stated that you were called. Or give us the father that put hand on you, say that you are the pastor for today. You see, all these kind of things will come up. And one thing that we see is that you never can see any civil society personnel that will come to the media and tell the world that woman is not from the civil society. It's plain white and black. Nobody will come up and say that, because all of them have eaten from the master's table. I've been saying all this. There is no civil society in Nigeria. The last one that came up under the offering of civil society that converged at Ojota, that brought Jonathan down, those ones were funded by Agbado, and that was when all of them took the crumbs from the master table. Wole Soyinka was there, Falana was there, Fela's son was there. All of them took money from the master's table. That was where they were compromised. Many of you did not know. I was on the ground there. I was on the ground of CJ Charo. I was there. I saw it. This man took money from Agbado, sponsored that movement personally on his own. He paid everyone that came there that day. All of them. Paid all of them. All the people you saw there, all the so-called artists that came there. That's why I see the artists, they converge for him in Lagos. All of them were paid to come out and make sure that they embarrass the president then, GJ, on that platform. That is it. But when you say people think that you are joking, it is the fact. And I shout to the world, to Nigeria, and I let them come to Nigeria and debunk it. And I will stand and give them the in-depth analysis of it, because I was on ground. I saw it. That was when we balkanized them from them. These are the truth. These are the things that is happening in Nigeria. Why can't you stand your ground and say, it is you that you are speaking? Why do you need an umbrella? Oh, civil society group. Do you even understand what the meaning of civil society group? Do you know you are the pressure group for the people, not for the person that are trying to clean, that are trying to go to court that says he is clean, meanwhile he's dirty. Then I come to the judiciary. I come to the lawyers. I don't know if you guys heard the lawyer of Agbado when he was saying that Agbado was not convicted in America, but it was under a plea bargain deal. I don't know if you people heard it. That it wasn't a criminal case, but under a plea bargain, something. I'm bound to tell that lawyer, you are a bunch of failure. You are a failure to the judiciary, to the law organization, whatever they call themselves in Nigeria. You are a failure. You're a failure. And you have just failed. And you have just proven it to the entire world that you are a failure to your children, to everywhere, even the judicial sector. You are a failure to them. Because how can you, a man that forfeited $450 million, was it $1,000? That the paper was there, he was aiding and abetting a criminal drug cartel, and you come up there, you said, because it was a plea bargain, okay, I speak it to you. What is the meaning of aiding and abetting? But because the laws in America subject themselves to plea bargaining, under which you will give a good information of how the operations was done. That is when you go under plea bargain. And Agbado did that. He did that. He gave them substantial information how the cartel moved. So what is that? Because he made a plea bargain, you can escape in prison, because if you forfeit a lot of things, as you are forfeiting it, you are giving what is known as recall information to go about that went about the whole thing, the cartel thing. You are giving the information, and the information led them to the conclusion of the case. That is what Agbado did. Let them open it and let the whole world see the kind of plea bargain he did. You guys will see it, but they are covering it. And when they said when they went to whatsoever Chicago State University, they said Chicago State University came out and said, oh, it did not. Let them bring everything to the whole world and let us see it. Everybody will go here and say, the question is, did he attend it? Let us see his pictures in the school. Let us see the brochure of the class, social class, what they call the class. They have a brochure. The class that graduated on that year, they have a brochure. Let them go to that school and let the school bring the brochure. Every American school has the brochures. Let them bring it out. Let us see if Agbado is there. So these are all things that we should look into. That is why when they bring information to the media and they say all sorts of things, it is because many don't have that privilege to go in there and find information. That is why we keep on laughing when they say, oh, it was a forfeiture. What do you mean by what is forfeiture? Have you not aided and abetted a crime if you forfeit? That is the question they should ask the lawyers. Forfeiture, what does it mean? So I just want to say, I wouldn't go into what happened I won't speak much more, but I would say the civil society, there's no civil society in Nigeria. There's no, look, I also dive into this. There's no pastors in Nigeria. Only 5%. And that 5% that is fine. There are those small ones that many Nigerians do not see and do not recognize. But the ones you see today over Nigeria, all of them are all fake. They've eaten from the master's table. That is why they cannot speak. Even those that are speaking, that are supporting PO, they were all doing it because of the voice of the people they are hearing in their church. And they cannot go contrary to it. After all this, did we hear any of them speak again? No. They are all jubilating, collecting their tithe. That is why I said churches should be controlled. Let them pay tax in Nigeria because they are all thieves. So, my brother, my sister, God bless all of you. Today is a good day in the court, and I will not speak because I'm following it. I know where they are going. We are going to take our mandate back. The truth, everything is coming on, and what PDP is doing. Not that PDP is part and parcel of APC. What they are doing, they think that they are helping APC, but what they are doing actually is helping Peter Obi to sail towards the crown, and the crown is already on his head. No man can take it. God bless you all. We'll keep on doing this. We'll keep on contributing. And I want to say this. If I said 3 things can happen yesterday, I made a submission. Any which way, because the escaping way they have is one of the two of the 3. Any which way, we will conquer, and Peter Obi will come out victorious. There's no escape for the evil one. There's no escape route for the evil. We are going to cut up. We are going to take them down. Wherever we go, we'll take them down. And we'll keep on talking. We'll keep on using our voice, because it is the voice, the mouthpiece of a man that created eruption in the war that brought about the First World War and Second World War. So let us keep using our tongue, because in our tongue lies the power to destabilize and the power to create. So God bless every one of us. God bless you, Nigeria Watch. Keep doing this beautiful work. I love you, my brother. God will continue to prosper you and open more doors in your company. In Jesus' mighty name.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say in this particular thing now is just like first of all, Madam Rita, I share so much in your sentiment. When they played this woman's this thing, I had a contribution about her in the morning earlier today, and the prayers she prayed was exactly in fact when I watched it on her right, that was exactly what I wrote down there. I said, "Those woman, in this your lifetime, not in the life after this lifetime, you will seek for justice, you will never find it. May everything you have owned, anything that you hold dear, be stolen from you, and may you never find justice when you cry for help. You will cry, your people go hear your voice, but nobody will come to your aid." Well, that woman didn't understand that it was an insult. Like she did not just insult P2B, she insults the generality of everybody that voted for P2B by saying, first of all, she's indirectly inferring that P2B is seeking for cheap popularity. And I ask myself, between P2B and this, I'm trying to find a better word to use for her. Who is looking for cheap popularity? She's claiming to be who that she said that she says I've been here, I've been there, I've done this, I've done that. I said that before. She says she's into youth empowerment. She's please give us, show us the youth, how many youth you have empowered. Show us the people you have impacted their lives. And coming there to make this emotional blackmail if truly they are for the betterment of Nigeria. This is pure emotional blackmail. I said that before. And that's exactly what that woman is actually. And that is an insult. That is an insult. And for this woman to, you know, in fact, basically for me, everything that she said is insulting, not just to P2B as a presidential candidate, but to the millions of Nigerians that voted, that trusted this man, that put their hope and their confidence, that saw him as the right pilot that will steer, or right, the right captain that will steer the ship of this sinking country, to a better direction. She insulted all of them. And I honestly speaking, I was so grateful when I looked at the comments, the way people were giving it to her. I know because I know most times when they finish this interview, they go back to read comments of what people said about them. If anyone, you just go to that particular interview on her rise. I know by now it must have increased. As at the time I watched it, there were about 500 and something comments. I was able to scroll to almost 150, if not more than that. I was seeing people were just giving it to her with like Nigerians would say, because Nigerians are angry when somebody come out in the public to make this kind of senseless statement and expecting. Anyway, I don't even blame her. Like Madam Rita said, a lot of Nigerians are very gullible. Some people will still sit down, even though I did not see any. Of all these comments I saw, I don't think I saw anybody that supported what this woman was saying. People were just giving it to her left, right, and center, because that woman does not make sense. And I said it before. We are saying whether she has a husband. I don't know if she has one. I don't know if she has children. But the truth about it is that woman she's a disgrace. She is a disgrace to women. She is a disgrace to motherhood. If like Omoye's gonna say, she doesn't need to she doesn't need to have given birth to a child biologically for her to be a mother. I believe as she is, there might be people that look up to her as a mother, maybe nieces, nephews, cousins and stuff like that. She is a disgrace to all of them for her to come to national TV to make this kind of comment. And again, I don't know why they are crying, making it look as if people. You said opening her mouth to say that the court case is a distraction. I don't. Is like I said, everything that woman said is insulting to the obedient movement. It's insulting to the Nigerians that voted for P2B. To tell us that going to court is a distraction. Whereas they were the same people, they were screaming, go to court, go to court, go to court. And P2B went to court, and you're telling him that going to court is a distraction. And I said it before. They're saying that P2B, all the everything. I thank God Madam Rita touched it. And everything P2B was saying, manifesto, everything Tinubu is doing was everything that was in P2B's manifesto. What this people don't understand is this. P2B's case and Tinubu's case is like this. It's just like, in school, when you do math, right? When you do math in Nigeria, in school, they will they will tell you to show your work. You bring until you see. So your final answer, even if you get your final answer right, it doesn't give you the mark because you have to show your work. So these people basically they were just copying some of the things Peter was without seeing the actual work that will land it to that place. Just like take for instance the issue of the subsidy removal. Peter was saying it throughout his campaign. He said that a subsidy is an organized crime. He said it. Even the pipeline, the thing that this senseless document came to say, people were, Peter was saying all those things during when he was campaigning. He said it that all he said, all those things are the criminality that is going on. He knows what is going on. He knows that all these things are being perpetuated by the so-called leaders. He was saying everything. So, but the thing is that they just heard some of the things that Peter was saying. They borrowed this without knowing, without actually trying to see the steps, the workings that he wanted to implement in order to arrive at the final answer. So they just copied the final answer with that. So that is why the whole thing is hooking up, and people are screaming, "He's doing fantastic! He's moving it." What I keep asking myself, what exactly has Tinubu done? He fired Emefiele, arrested Emefiele because he had a personal beef with him. It has nothing to do with fixing the problem that the promises are facing. He got the EFCC man. It has nothing to do with the welfare of the Nigerian masses. This is just personal vendetta. He has fired people and employed people. Buhari did the same thing when Buhari came to power. I don't know why Nigerians are so they have light brain. A lot of people they have light brain. They forget so easily. Buhari moved this with did this exactly the same thing when he came. He fired everybody, retired everybody, and started bringing his own people. It's exactly the same thing he did. So I don't even know the nonsense that everybody is screaming. Oh, he's moving at a fast. The only difference between him and Buhari was that he did his own maybe the first day, maybe a few days after he was just signing back. You know, Buhari did the same thing. Buhari's own took maybe like some 3 weeks to some 1 month thereabouts for him to start doing. And the reason why this one is rushing to do anything because he knows that there's a case in tribunal. Exactly where he wants people to be, that is exactly where he kept them. He wants Nigerians to be with that in that mindset that, oh, this man is really working. Let's just forget everything. Like we said last Saturday, because I belong to the choir, so we usually have choir practice in my house. When they came, one of my members, in fact, I almost drove. If not that she's another woman, I almost drove out of my house. When we're talking about, I thought that day, Nigerian Watch was playing. I was at the background listening, but I was having my choir rehearsal. So she said, "Oh, that Peter should go and rest because that let's move on for the sake of peace. That this one has already." I said, "Mommy, please, I beg you in the name of God, don't. If you're going to make this kind of comment, don't enter my house again. This is a woman I love so much. She's a grandmother." I said, "Grandma, because I beg you in the name of God, if you have this mindset or this stance, please don't come to my house to say it again. I beg you in the name of God." I said, "You're trying to tell me that as you are now, I steal this your car that you drove to this place now. I steal the car. You see me, let me thief the car. Then I'll be driving the car around your house. Then the next night I'll go and maybe the car has a little bit of dents. And I went and took it to the mechanic. I fixed the dents, change the alloy, we make it look flashy. You know it's that your car. So every time I drive it around your house, I say, oh, the car really changed, but you're really taking good care of it. It's okay, you can keep it. You want to tell me that would be your mind. I'm just using something as simple as a car." She said, "I didn't see it that way." By the time I was done, I said, "Mommy, I beg you in the name of God, I love you so much, but please don't ever say such a thing around me again. Don't." He said that she's only saying it now just because of peace. I said, "Which peace? There can never be peace for somebody who stole what belongs to another. What are we talking about here? Somebody talking about national peace, national interest, national peace. How can there be national peace without justice? It is not possible. We have to put justice in place first before we talk about any other thing. Where there is no justice, there can never be peace. That is just a simple thing, simple truth about it. So this woman, like Madam Peters, I have a very close, wonderful friend. In fact, she's one of my mentors in this country that bears that name, Lillian. When I saw that name, I said, this is a disgrace, Lillian. She's a disgrace to people that bears that name because one or two people I know that bear that name, they're intellectuals, they're They are smart facts. They are smart people, people who think, people who don't talk anyhow. They don't open their mouth if they don't have anything sensible to say. People, this woman just came and disgraced herself and disgraced her entire family. But let's just wait and see. For the likes of her, for the likes of that woman, they will cry. For the little change she's going to Abuja to collect. These are the kind of people that be running around back and forth from one office to another. I call them Abuja Oloshos. That's what they are. For the likes of them, they'll be going to for one cheap this thing. That is just what they are crying for. Because they know that there is possibility. We know that there is a reality, but in their mind they say, this man might end up winning this thing, and he will block all the ways that they're eating. That's why they're crying. Why are you telling him to withdraw his case? For what? For what? I wish there's a way I took my time just to watch one or two videos that woman had made in the past. Maybe today that woman begins the young nonsense. She is a bunch. She just like my I think Madam Rita said, she's an airhead. That's just basically what she is. She has no brain in her head. Having that name, that's DR in front of her, doesn't mean anything. Because like I said, these days, every D carrier and Tom buys doctorate degree. They have it, they put it and they parade themselves like they have brain. They don't have nothing upstairs. That one is a disgrace. And she insulted Nigerians, and that is why, if not that Madam Nigeria was not allowing insults here, I would have rained insults on that woman. That is just what I feel like doing, rain insults on her. Because she insulted us by telling us that we are looking for cheap popularity, by telling people that she's looking for cheap popularity, by saying that Nigerians are distracting us, distracting them. If you are focused, you don't even need to know what is happening around you. You're not focused in the first place. So who is distracting you? Who's distracting you? Anyway, I just leave it there. I've said something before about it. I just feel like I need to retrace this again. Some people like that woman we need to have an avenue where we'll be free to give insult, then we give it to her. But I prayed my prayer for her in the morning. I say, Madam Lydia, in your life, in this life, and it will not be too long. Between that and the next, you will lose something that is very dear to you. You will look for justice, you will not find it. You will cry. People will hear your voice, but nobody will come to your aid. That is how it's going to be. That is my prayer for you. You will look for justice, but you will never find it. That is just what I have to say. Thank you so much. God
Thank
bless
you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Elvis, please, can I quickly piggyback off of what Madam Nena just said?
Okay.
Yeah. Can you give me like a quick, thank you. So, Madam Nena, thank you very much for saying that. When she said that people are looking for cheap popularity, oh my God. Hey God, if to say phone, they fit on to slap. If for quick made that thing turn to slap, go hit her for where she did. Is that not what she came to do on national TV? Who know her before? Anybody know her before? I don't know. Mr. Elvis, you know the woman before. You don't hear her name before. You don't see her before.
No, man, maybe not the cheap popularity now she can't look for.
No, exactly. Now she can't find. See as they turn for a chair like this thing. It's such a joke because because they don't turn Nigeria to basket case. Everything, every creepy crawly from the crevice of Nigeria, they come out, they feel important. People when be say when better people they talk, they're not supposed to open their mouth. She can't get the opportunity without her tight hair when she pack, when they no advice and when pack tight, everything tight about her. Nothing free. She's in bondage. She doesn't even know. Look at her. She's in bondage. Person when freely become servants to demonic people. That her life. Is that a flex? That you're on the side of evil, satanic people. Is that a flex? How much money you want chop? I can leave her for you. Thank you, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Madam Nena, thank you very much for your submission. Thank you very much, everybody. Yes, I want to quickly appreciate Victoria Diola. Thank you very much for your super chat and thanks for your kind words as well. Thank you. I know there's some of you are surprised to hear that voice just now That's all right. Make that nervous. We're working together. I appreciate every one of you.
No, he did a good job. Is it your son or
Yeah.
your daughter?
So
Your son. He did a fantastic
What?
job. Very,
Wow. Naija, what be like say you go switch because sometimes
I'm
maybe
telling
you
you,
rest your
that
voice. We need
voice
to hear
was.
some free voice. Very sweet voice.
He
Aye.
actually he did a fantastic job. I enjoyed him. His
Ah,
presentation.
so
The way
so
he
wait
was
till I
very
talk.
very focused. He said,
very
"So who is next?"
articulate and
Very
poised.
articulate. Oh, God go bless you,
Oh,
my brother, for raising
nobody
correct
touch child.
children,
Nobody
leaders of
touch
tomorrow.
child.
Oh, now
So
because
now,
then they fight for Nigeria. These are the kind of people we need though to come and help us
Exactly.
work. These are the kind of people, the children, when people they born for you now, you carry them go. They are very creative, very smart children. I beg.
yeah, that's true. That's
Till
true.
now, Mr.
Well done,
Elvis.
oh, well done, oh. It's only a good parent that can bring up a responsible, good child. I'm very, very proud of you. Very
Thank
good
you.
job, son. Good job, good job. Next time, come again and take over your daddy's niche at least for 5 minutes. We like to hear a very lovely voice. Take over. That's nice.
Okay.
Let
My
it not be
voice will not my
let it
let
not
see,
be next
see
time.
people not
Let him
castigate
just
my
come back
voice.
for
Oh.
another 5 minutes now. Allow
But
him.
una go pay am, oh. Una go pay am, oh. No, it's not easy to
Exactly.
hear five voice. No, it's not free.
Adiola, Madam Victoria Adiola already pay him. Thank you very much for that. God bless you all. Now, God will bless you. Now, together we will have a new Nigeria. All right. Please, guys, can we have some likes? Some likes. It's very, very important. Continue to press on the like button if you can hear my voice. I'm going to call on Oga CM now. I would like Oga CM to talk to all the four on Mashallah. Mashallah, thank you very much for your patience. But let's hear from Oga CM. He's just coming in. I really, because for me,
Thank
that
God say the new side
I
dey
don't
here.
even sleep.
Oga CM,
Hmm?
you be don't
Good
sleep.
evening. No, I be I've been done sleep. I slept early, but I
You be like
didn't
say you
quite.
work today, not be small. You be like say you tired.
Hmm, I tired. I guess
Oga CM
headache.
no dey sleep. Oh, you dey think about Nigeria, no be small thing.
No, Mona leave
Okay. The
Oga
sometimes.
thing,
Oga CM no know wetin you wan talk about that woman. That woman na very funny woman. So
say,
Oga CM
no, it's like you know,
doctor
even
doctor
I don't watch the video clip. So before, sorry. Good evening, everybody. Please, all protocols observe. Greetings wherever you may be. I need to pay respect, at least for people to keep those that have been keeping the platform going. So well done. Let's keep the fire burning. Actually, that lady is one of these Shakespearean book called As You Like It, Rosalind and Orlando. He said God has made her, so let us take her for a woman. Even with her exposure as a wards day like that, supposing that woman dey village, they farm cocoyam, go primary school. God for men they work something, to be honest with you. Very ugly thing. I never see a woman like this. This is an example of a gross object. E dey for TV, see teeth, see everything. She ugly pass die, I beg. Even then, I don't search her name. I know he say he say one and one coalition. They never they go get coalition. I wanted to know whether she's a medical doctor or all those ones where Adiboroja certificate, where then they carry for university pass industry for Nigeria now. If if you count the number of industries in Nigeria, university is big there past them. Some self na 5-year-old university and then they give an honorary doctorate. They even hi Nigeria don't suffer. So in fact, to the point, what she said is very, very disgusting. She should be ashamed of herself, to be honest with you. It lacks logic. The essence some of all this exposure is when his reason doesn't mean anything because even a fool has a reason. But the logic is not convincing. She said national interest. Eh? Make them withdraw it urgently. Let them withdraw. This is a woman who is a big fool. She doesn't, if it is a fact today, thank God for this tribunal. I didn't know that Tinubu tendered the NYC certificate. That is what articles camp is showing. He said NYC certificate, what is he called it? He called it exemption. Exemption, NYC certificate as at when Tinubu graduated, there was no exemption. Exemption started 1980. 1985, and Tinubu is tendering a fake Chicago degree of 1970, was it 79 or 78? So that one is another scandal again. And this is what I don't know whether this lady is aware of the person she's defending. If I call her herself, is correct. After all, nobody know waiting which is which. If to say she's a Jew, we go say make him undress, make we see. So, but the thing is that so all this scandal, how can they shame say? So somebody can be defending Tinubu, make them withdraw. 25% of Abuja waiting happen. He no follow. He no did she not listen to the exchange between a PDP that was 2 weeks ago or thereabout between PDP witness and the INEC lawyer? It's a disgrace. Look at the way she came to Arise, a hallowed place like that, because I respect Arise. And time we didn't meet Rufai. She went there to go and disgrace herself. Look at the way she was just prancing up and then just do it. In fact, when I was listening to it, I was so disgusted. I felt I'm the person interviewing her. I will ask her a question that will put her to shame. In fact, she won't answer it. How could somebody come on national television in Nigeria and be saying a court case handled by senior advocates of Nigeria, so many varied? She's saying that they should, Tinubu and Atiku withdraw a national interest to allow Tinubu. Why didn't Tinubu withdraw in national under national interest whatever it is mantra, so that Obi will just claim his mandate? Why didn't Tinubu say, look, I'm not qualified? A druggie like that, somebody who consumes more drug than food. Now that is that is the effect it's having now. Meanwhile, Tinubu said he went to France for one meeting, but according to Mayegu diary, he wasn't there. He sent somebody to go and represent him, but they tell us he's going to France. This is the type of excuse this satanic APC is bringing. Tinubu is somewhere taking steroid that will sustain him maybe for the next 2 weeks. Then he will return again. And then they're telling us he went to France for...
Augustine, sorry, he wasn't there. Even Arise, they said he met with the people he met with in the backyard, in the sideline. Not in that particular. If you guys want me to play that video, I'll play it right now. He met with them. You
don't need. Okay, then what is the essence of a president? You go, we can't see you addressing a gathering, and that is why you left on taxpayers' money. You see what we are saying?
Arise disgraced them by saying that Tinubu's side met with them on the side wall, whatever. They could not go straight to say Tinubu was in the summit. He was not there.
So you see now, that is what we are saying. Okay, apart from that, now look at the scandal of 114% increase in a monument. Oh, really? You see, that's why sometimes I wanted to ask those people making noise about Agbado, he win this. That 114% is there are a lot of things. So many facts are coming to me. 114% of the increase in salary for all these people. How many of those people, 8 million people that claim to voted for them, how many of them are now benefiting from that? I don't know why Nigerians bring sentiment and wickedness to even so many things. Somebody like Peter Obi is what they describe as the comet. They come once in a generation. Now, this is opportunity to rescue Nigeria, and some people will come on national TV. In fact, I felt that I was invited to. I felt that lady that or Shimel, because she looks like somehow Shimel. Now we they call her. Okay, Shimel, just say Shimel. So that kind of person to say na me I am damn the digger, I mean, she's so disgusting. All the rubbish she's saying, is devoid of logic. As somebody who read beyond the secondary school in those, I mean, you should be able to be logical in convincing people. Just make them withdraw from court case for what? What is national interest? National interest that you elected a drug baron. Is that a national? I mean, the INEC criminalized the drug baron and then put him as head of state. Is that what is national interest? National interest that somebody will go to France, tell us he's going to France to attend maybe a conference or something where you see other leaders, only to go there and hide in one underground clinic and be and then being pumped with different type of steroids so that he could come and the hand will stop shaking. What is the meaning of all this nonsense they are talking about? So when all these things, they thought we didn't know. What is national interest in somebody who is tendering a NYC certificate exemption? Eh? When there's at the time you graduated, there was nothing like NYC exemption certificate. It started 1985. Look at the mess these people are bringing. In fact, that lady should be ashamed of her. Who even sent herself? How's or did she want to try where her papa failed? Eh? What the man wearing pampers? What the area boy failed? So he want to take it up again to withdraw for what? Even her papa own can claim say he be Labour Party. He say he be chairman. They should he's in charge. This one is not. I don't know where she. In fact, I don't know where she's from. I don't know. He's just so from nowhere, came to just to come and then make noise. Think that is not even the way to live. This is a very crude way of looking for criminal popularity. No, but she's not anything. She's not worth replying to. When I was listening to all this she was saying, I was just shaking. I said, I wish I was there. Just hit her below the belt. Who is she, by the way? Let her establish her credentials. Let's know. Who is she? What does she know? They should withdraw case so that in what national interest? That pound is now more than 1,000. According to 1,000 naira can get you 1 pound. 1 pound dollar is heading and they are talking of now. What national interest? What does she understand by national interest? Nigerians, the thing is that we tend to, glorify rubbish. Any bofu can come up and speak. Just give them an audience and they come there and mess up. If there is nothing at Rise News, if there's no other person they could invite, they could do the in-house analysis and then not invite anybody. Than to bring such a waste of space, a gross object to say the least, to come there and be messing up, telling P2B who does it. Can she compare with P2B? Does she know what he's saying? P2B should withdraw. Somebody stole your mandate and you are talking. In fact, may the lady never see justice in her life. If that is from the angle she's coming, this is a legal classicals. It will be in the end that somebody went because okay, look at the testimony of the ITS part that P2B invited. The professor of mathematics came. The lady from Amazon Web Service this thing came. Can you imagine? Look at the type of key witnesses, eye opener. Even Olani Peku, a senior advocate of Nigeria, on behalf of Tinubu or whatever, they don't even know how to cross-examine. Where do you start? The evidence is so overwhelming. In fact, it's that's what they call more than needed to prove a case. They overproved it. 25% is there lying for Abuja, which even without P2B saying it, between INEC and PDP, they've settled the score. That one alone is more than enough to get Tinubu out of there. Now talk of all the states they are recovering. INEC has to go and delete result from the. What is the lady? He said, oh God, I wish the gods are wise anyway. So to that extent, one should. I can only look forward with hope because from everyday revelation that is coming out, it seems that we will cross over the line. I do not see why those justices at the tribunal will overlook all the strong evidence and then do otherwise. I do not see. Even common sense is so open. The everyday they are even for them to even what they call write their judgment. There are some sound bites they can easily quote, and that sums it up. Now I didn't know that article. I didn't know that Tinubu tendered the NYC certificate. Now, even failed dual citizenship. That might not be against the law, but did you answer? What did you answer in your the form you filled? You filed with INEC. You denied it. So that is perjury. He perjured, and somebody is telling us to do. Is this lady? Is she advising us to move forward or to? These are the real enemies of the country. By the way, they asked her, "Is it Tinubu that sent you to go on this? All this something?" Eh? She denied that she's doing it on her own. In fact, that lady, I think she has a shower tendency. All this rubbish, That type of person just come off. I was so, in fact, I don't really. It makes me. It makes so it threw me off balance when I was listening to it. I said, so this type of people are still in Nigeria at this stage when we've gotten. I can agree. Maybe this thing happened in April when they are trying to start the court case. He said they shouldn't go. Not that now we are advancing and we are closing the case. He said they should go and withdraw what? When all this evidence, people have now known what happened, and then Tinubu just they summoned the INEC professor, is it Mahmoud? He couldn't come. Tinubu, he didn't show up. By the way, if you feel you've won an election, why can't you come out and defend it? In fact, the question I would have asked the lady was, you claim to have a PhD, right? Yes. Now, if somebody should say that you do not have a PhD, you forged it, and the person say, come and prove it in court, will you withdraw from court? Won't you go there and prove your case? Or somebody tell you, no, they should withdraw. You will be the person saying, no, I want to go and clear my name. And now you're advising P2B to come out of the court. See, sometimes, women, sometimes, I wouldn't just generalize, but it's not for me to handle. I think those that the women that have spoken before, they've admonished her enough. For me, putting out there, just that I pity a fellow man who will have such a person for a wife. Very ugly. Look at her face, a reject, even with her exposure. An old woman where they do farm cocoyam for villages even more attractive. Then look at this one. Look, even her dress sense coming out. See her like, in fact, she look like a retired, those people that deal in skin trade. So I can't imagine. Niger Watch, only that way they have to play this type of thing to keep our viewers informed. Otherwise, it's really a waste of time discussing people like this. They do not merit our attention at all. They do not merit our attention. Bringing one Jaguda from nowhere, like another Oluomo type of person, character, to come on TV and be talking. People feel that they can talk to Obedient anyhow. They can tell her, go out. Who is he to say do you know what she's saying? Go and withdraw it. Go and withdraw your case immediately. Who is nation? With whose interest? Who is the nation? Who is she to define national interest? What does she know about national interest? Even with her purported Oluwole certificate, what does she know? They come here and be making noise. I mean, we shouldn't be entertaining people. I wish that that's the way we put a rejoinder, one of all these tweets. So maybe next time, Niger Watch, if there is that type of news, if there's and maybe you have to give us the Twitter handle of Arise, so that when something like this happens, some of us can just put on our own rejoinder. If OGOP is doing what's trending on a Friday, probably we may be lucky one day we read our own rejoinder. This is a disgrace to humanity. Can't bring this type of person and then be talking. Look at where other African countries are.
You don't destroy this woman. I'm not sure this woman will wake up again.
No, it's true now. I mean, okay, Niger Watch. Let's say person give you 10 million. Say make you see. Organ Niger Watch. Let's say person give you $10 million. Say make you go tango with this woman. You go agree.
God forbid.
So, no, I know they wish you are just the throw them open. You say challenge, go tango with them for 1 week. You fit. No, I don't even know. So when I look at them, I say, which kind of woman? If you see the way I look at them. I thought they look the leg to see how I know if you see every correct. The thing pain me. I say, see now. See how person can they disgrace himself. They call him Dr. Lillian Ogbole. I don't know where the Ogboni or one thing. I don't know. Dr. Lillian this, they talk. Just they prance up and down. They see they drag body. I look and say, oh God, some men they work shit for house. Anyway, so that being said, I'm as Obedient. We are getting close to the mark. Our legal representation, P2B's legal representation and Labour Party, they did a brilliant job. There's no fault. All the opposing side, all they are doing is objection. What are you objecting? Everything is there. The Chicago certificate has surfaced. At least we are happy that they said that the gender on the certificate is female. So let us know. And then this name on this NYC certificate is Adekunle. Now we are hearing Adekunle. When you're a drug baron, you should have so many names and different passports to move drug from one capital to the other. That is why they have different names. So not that they choose, because there's a tendency that if you go with Mr. A, you may escape the face there and they will track you. So it's better you with Mr. K next time. So he keep changing names, and in the course of doing that, he forgot that INEC is not where you traffic drugs. So he couldn't know. For every occasion, he will give a different name. He may answer Amoda Ogunle the other day. The other place, he may answer Yekini. The other one, he will answer Bola. You don't know whether it's Bolaji or Adebola. Then the other one, he will answer. All this type of something. Keep changing names. Who knows the name they knew him with in Guinea? So all this rubbish, then somebody will say that one a president in a country of like Nigeria. It can't happen. So all in all, I believe that these people should, the tribunal should nail him. He should get out there. He should get out immediately. It's a shame. He hasn't achieved it. He hasn't even done anything. What is he going to do? What does he know? Somebody without certificate, and he's now talking of national drug law, everything.
Sorry for
yes,
interjecting
please.
you. I think that Adekunle name was on the certificate he brought from Chicago and the NYC papers. I think it was there.
No, it's on NYC. To be honest with you, if not for this court case, I did not know that Tinubu tendered the NYC certificate at all. I've been thinking,
say, I don't imagine.
Now, that is the angle Atiku they come from. Then Peter Obi they come from Chicago. This man don't finish Nigeria. It's a big shame. The thing is that this is a real national shame. And this lady is talking about what is it called? The national interest. This is a national shame for someone who wants to be president. Can you imagine? Your age, we don't know. Your brothers, we don't know. Primary school, no way. Secondary school, no way. What certificate did you give Chicago for them to give you admission? That is the issue. Go and bring that one. Let us see. No way. They are not talking of that. Or you just wake up and then become of age, nothing. You like me and you now, we just say, make I go Chicago State University. I want to study economics or business administration. They will say, okay, I give them name. They say, okay, enter class, pay school, enter. You have to give them something. A paper should be in your seal to say, this is what you brought. This is the level you've attained. What is that certificate that he used to gain admission to Chicago? Nobody is trying to bring it. Everybody is just covering him up. Oh, he's doing this thing. Tinubu, they are starting well. That lady, in fact, anyway, well, I know there's a backlash already in place. Twitter, they will finish her. But I'm sorry that I'm really annoyed that I'm not part of the gang for just tear her down. Go to the level of where that kind of person who know what in right for PhD thesis. It's not even logical. She can't even convince anybody. Just go and withdraw. How can you just say somebody go and withdraw the case immediately so that a national? So that is just the reason why. For what? Is there no merit in the case? Is there no merit? All this revelation. Are you happy with the character you have as a president? Don't you have shame? Already, don't you have shame that somebody who will be your president does not inspire confidence in you, in anybody, not just in you? Rather than say that you are really interested in maybe if you succeed after saying that you go and collect your paycheck. Tinubu, meanwhile, is still in France, but the 15% alpha beta, and they've not, whether alpha beta is still operating in Lagos because it will be yielding billions every month. Yes. Every month he must get $1 billion. So that's what their people are feasting on. Everybody just gathering, every Dick and Harry. For those that know, that those doesn't know, they will all go around to see what they can scavenge out of the man. Or maybe in another case, maybe they know that this thing won't last. So you had better make haste while the sun shines, So now that Agbado is there, it better we rally around and see, because this case is going to go the other way. So the earlier the better, less, because in bribe now you don't refund bribe. And it's because it's like a business done under darkness. So no receipt, no evidence, just collect money and go your way. That's why everybody is gathering around him. So I think that is the way I see it. But in any case, there's a lot to hope for. I've never been this hopeful in my life as at now. I found it difficult that the judiciary will not remove Tinubu. I find it difficult. Obi's appeal, whatever is there, must stand, and it will succeed based on the evidence so far advanced before the tribunal. it is incontrovertible. The logic is impenetrable. So everything is based on evidence. There's no technicality there. All the things, people that are supposed to know anything about beavers, the IT chap came, the mathematician from Azikiwe University came, and then all the key witnesses, they were just, saying things the way it should be. Then God so kind, INEC lawyer and the PDP settled the Abuja matter. So that alone is enough to say, look, you didn't make it. So there's really no need for this. Let them not delay us. Tinubu has messed up. I understand that according to Nandi Kano prediction, it says Tinubu, they said they will hand over because they want to cover what is going on in Sorok. He has done the job. So let him now give, he has been sworn in, and then he should now say, once a while I was sworn in as president. That's enough. Let him get out so that people will take us serious. Nigeria is sliding seriously. If they do not do it, I'd wonder where this country will be in the next 6 months. Look at the condition under which people live in Nigeria. Everybody go to the embassy. It becomes another Teju market. Everybody want to leave. Nearly everybody I've had that called me, they all want to go out because nothing is really working. The hardship is beyond, it's everywhere. Yet people that will come out and be talking of Agbado as if he's a savior. How has this 3 weeks or 1 month helped them? They won't be able to say anything. All they want is to try to drag Nigeria down to their level. Imagine, to their level. No, this criminality cannot stand. I can't emphasize it enough. So Niger Watch, please. We just
All right. Garcia,
censor it. We pretend as if we didn't see it.
You don't finish.
Oh, guys,
Yeah, I think I
the
should. Let
best
me
this
give way
night,
for.
oh. You don't watch the woman tire.
You be not want me or Garcia finish. So to be honest, because
No, it's true, but then it's painful. How can somebody, there are certain things he's insult. If he had said that he's hopeful that in the end, maybe the tribunal, Tinubu will still win, that is hopeful. Can you say go and withdraw? They talk to small Pekin. Peter Obi and the Atiku should go and withdraw the case. They tell and say, "Na Tinubu send you." He said, "No, in a mature adult, look at. If you don't even see oh dear. Anyway, whether the husband go divorce him after today, it's not for me to say, but on this performance to tango with such a woman, it's just so disgraceful. Go bring this one. Waiting. Say waiting happen. Woman don't finish for town. 9 person go carry this one. This one a really bagbati person now. What you go take and do? Anyway, that is the issue. So I just what I hope my headache don't even clear. I hope just what is it called?
Mr. CM.
Yeah,
where for learn that language, Bagbati?
Mr. CM know everything about it, though.
He don't speak Edo anyhow.
To be honest, Nari Bagbati woman be that. If you see her, you go no. See the way in they talk. Anyway, only I didn't watch it. He gets one question they asked him. He just say he begin define. See, when they define democracy, I say, I say look at him define them. No, say democracy means the opinion of the majority. That is the simple meaning of democracy. The opinion of the majority. That's what you should go for. If they talk of he did this, let I can't link to development. Say Tinubu they develop. Oh dear, these people say now, well, God has made her according to Shakespeare. So let's pass her for a she-male. Otherwise she's.
But the funny thing is this, the funny thing about this woman's interview is the fact that when they asked her that question, what she thinks democracy is, and she said whatever the answer that she gave, you can tell that she was very uncomfortable. And I'm happy that those journalists, even though I not like those two journalists, they always annoy me. They ask better questions. But they did a good job with this woman because they asked her a critical question. And I like the fact that the journalist used the right words. She said it's a stolen mandate. I love that.
Yes.
I really did because
exactly.
I have to give that woman kudos for saying
Yes,
that.
for mentioning that.
For even thank you, for even mentioning that alone in that Nigeria, because that's even telling, what I see is like, if I say this whole obedient movement and everybody that's standing for the truth and justice, you don't they give people strength for that Niger space. You don't they give people mind to talk something, you come out. You understand? So even though this woman's interview was a mess in and of itself, it was if now maybe that woman, oh my God, I will go hide myself for inside one place. You understand?
It's
That
true.
interview was a mess. She completely embarrassed herself. But I
Too much.
love the fact that the journalist pushed back on her. I really like that.
Imagine what they asked her. Say, is it Tinubu that sent you, or you? Huh? You say in a mature adult or whatever. Now in they do am on her own.
They don't give her millions for pocket. He don't
Eh,
swallow billion.
eh,
He just
na
wadu
na there
come. Look
na
with
there
the
na
tight,
there she
tight
mess up.
And they
ponytail where he
always
put
and they
for
always
head.
talk these things. Say,
I don't know
and they
who
always
advice her. That hair is horrible. Can't go pull them up. No hair. No hair. Put tight. God,
and they
I
always
beg.
say this thing. Tinubu money. Tinubu money does not. The way person think straight. They think like fool. It dey affect the judges. It dey affect the lawyers for Tinubu
They
case.
talking
It dey
na
affect
certain
everybody.
things.
It dey scam. On a real human, on a normal day, those people are brilliant. But when you collect money, you start talking like a fool. That's what's happening to everybody that related to
They
Tinubu.
submit their brains. That money is like a cult. As soon as it touches their hand, any part of their body, even if na their bag, that money touch, all their brain go just disappear. See all of them. Tinubu money don't evaporate people brain.
Now
PhD
virus, now virus wey
person
dey
wey
happen in Nigeria.
exactly.
Can
Person
you
Virus na
imagine?
virus.
you go
Tinubu
just
lawyer,
enter, you go just take over the person brain. Person no dey think well again. The person will come become monumental failure and
Sister
Maybe
Moye,
embarrassment to a
that make
Sister
lineage.
lawyer go
Moye,
dey ask
can
lawyer go
you
dey ask
imagine?
lawyer dey
The,
ask witness whether he has a generator. Who doesn't have a generator in Nigeria?
no,
Because
look at the
that guy has
question the lawyer
abused
asked.
that man.
He said,
Eh,
if they asked the witness, say, do you know that the case is a forfeiter? It's a forfeiter, it's not a criminal case. Then they're supposed to ask that lawyer, say, what is the definition of a forfeiter? Is that not aiding and abetting? Is that not agreeing to bring more information as a forfeiter? I was surprised when they asked that question.
It's true.
To
It's
be
true.
honest,
Now you know.
to be
You know.
honest, she went there to disgrace herself.
Too much. I was so
Yes.
bitter. I thought when I said, how can this? No, the thing is that what surprises me, there are a way you put it. You can at least be a little bit diplomatic. He said, make them go withdraw. Who sent you? He said, Nain, they sent herself. Say, Peter will be and the article. She will
How
withdraw the
much
case
did they pay?
urgent immediately so that the national. I look
How
and
much
say,
did they pay herself? My God. Wow.
This kind of person, not they pay am heavy. You forget you. Forget maybe still you think say Tinubu will be drug pusher no sabi this thing. They pay this kind one heavy. He go just do and so that he go present himself to the next available So that's why in the do am.
that kind of a person may just be a friend to one of the girlfriend of the senators. That
That
one
is
don't
the
give am.
truth.
Background, Nena,
That's
your
what it
head
does.
dey there.
That's
Yes.
what it
Now,
does be.
now they tell you it is because some of these people. That's why they asked them. Thank I said nobody saying that he sent herself. So he want to do am on national this thing coalition. Look and say this Tinubu Shetima coalition now what they don't suffer. How you can just go and
Maybe
bring
na like fourth wife to one of those horrible men from the north. You never know. When like the 10th wife, when they just marry, they all put
Fourth
her for
wife.
one
No
place.
be
Sabi
Nigerian one, na side chick.
whether
So na side
whether
chick.
whether na
That
wife
one
or
not
no.
be wife. If she's a wife, she'll be closer. I'm telling you, this person fit just be somebody wey know somebody wey know one girlfriend.
Now,
No
side
be
Even
even
chick.
all
friend.
those 10th wife, them, all those 10th and 4th wife, Madam Nena, all those they not get lead, they not get mat for us. When first and second wife, they which mat you want get. You don't marry up. They'll marry and put for our side. You can't go be friend to the side chick of some of them boo boo them.
Exactly. When I see the one where one of the I can't remember one of them they were swearing in. Then the wife, it's like the second first wife can't displace the second wife. Wait, I don't even the drama during the swearing in of one of the senators. I don't have people that saw it during the swearing in of the senators. Now, one of them they were telling
Yeah,
her,
I think I saw it. I saw
yeah,
it. It was circulating.
yeah, one of the wives was sitting. Was they said it was the second wife that was beside him. If I say this first wife, just get idea. Say say this one follow this one goes. Now she just come there, come push that one, come out. Some of them come they exchange words. They say everybody look them. I say see the kind this kind drama. Nigeria is a joke.
Now that type of anyway. Well, the thing is that all this somebody had informed me that all this APC, that Abuja and another. If you tell you waiting underground business where they go, that's why all these people wait just when a woman just come like this, come summon this type of stupid courage. They talk now. Even there's something things she should have been discussing. Say make P2B go withdraw move. So which means he feel that if he talk to P2B, take your case out of court. I think you get withdraw from this court. Less national interest. Well, who knows whether they work for customer care department of APC? All those people now, customer service department. So all those kind women, they go just very loose, just so like a loose cannon.
You mean this woman today? Oh.
No, it's true now. Customer service department. No be see a case we presented. Do you know that since yesterday I've been happy with this court? I say yes, we are nailing them. Look at the evidence. There's no way this will be a legal classicus the way lawyers say it because it's unprecedented. They didn't know that people be prepared ahead of time. He knew that something like this will happen. This is not a case of when they go, you talk this. INEC man didn't come. Yet they brought an expert who told them that what happens in beavers, they retrieved every result they thought they deleted. They have to go and retrieve it and then compile the list and say this is the actual result. Let them tender their own. INEC should have been defending the figures with which they announced Tinubu winner. That is what they should be doing. Say, look, these are the figures. Everything they come up with it, and not that they will somebody will go to INEC and then you give them CTC of a document. If they not tender it in court, you start to dispute what you give them again. What sort of country is that? They are ridiculing the whole people. In fact, I know of a guy who was supporting Tinubu before, but when these things are happening, he said he's ashamed that he never knew that the damage was this deep. They didn't know. In that minute at the 11th hour or the 11th hour, and this 11th hour, somebody will be telling you P2B should withdraw. So of what case? How then do you deepen? When they how do you deepen democracy? Somebody with PhD, she was just blabbing. she was just blabbing how to deepen democracy. So you don't need to go to court. Don't you know democracy is pluralism? You have to debate. And then, based on concrete evidence, you have to do everything with facts and figures. Then you defend and enlighten people. Stand your ground, bring all the logic. He said, no, that is not how to deepen democracy. Means any braggart that I gave INEC money. If they announce you winner, then that if you now go, they said you want to tear this. They've usually in the past, what they say is that you want to destabilize the country, that they want to tear the country apart. They are trying to divide Nigeria. All those rhetorics, they have been overtaken by events. Nobody says that anymore. Nigerians are united. That's why they voted P2B up and down the country, east, west, north, south. P2B won clear by a margin, a wide margin. All these figures, APC was just taking. He couldn't even. They couldn't defend. That woman should have been asked. One that the journalists forgot. They should have asked her: is it part of democracy to switch up beavers? How does that help to deepen democracy? If they gave you 3 ballot papers in a day, simultaneously you printed the 3, put them in 3 different boxes. 2 were uploaded at the same time. 1 deliberately was switched off. They shouldn't upload it and they T-pex it. How does she explain it? How does she explain? Tell you Tinubu is the legitimate president is sworn in. This woman, I mean, she committed a lot of fox pass. What is she trying to say? So if somebody stole your car, and you saw the person, you wouldn't go and say the person. I say she's not the owner because you stole somebody's mandate. Please. Anyway, well, let's see the backlash.
I just want to say something. There's something that that woman is not thinking. That's why you from at every way you try to analyze her, she is somebody that doesn't have a brain. They asked her a question. They said they just turned the table around. What if you're the one that did this thing, and then somebody went to took your mandate and went to, she said, oh, if I see that the person is doing well. Apparently, what that woman is trying to say is that even before going into the politics, even before you going to let's assume for herself, even you're going to contest in the first place, you're sure, you're sure that the person who your opponent is likely to do better than you if the person gets into power. Because power, will always believe and project himself as a better candidate than his opponent. So for you to say the person gets in and the person is doing well, that is your that is not the first place. Because if Peter B succeed, it's like Peter B says, oh, actually, Bola Tinubu is actually better than me, or maybe he's actually going to do better than I would have done if I was there. So that woman is not thinking. She doesn't have brain. Anyway, it's so convenient for her to say what she said, because what else were you expecting her to answer in a situation like that? She has to say, vomit every nonsense that she wants to vomit, so that the time will go and then she'll carry her stupid self and get out of that place. It's so unfortunate that human beings like that are existing. People are listening to them.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, it has, well, like I said, it has happened. Some mothers do have them. You see, this kind. I didn't know that we jam another variant of Lamidia Papa again coming to say withdraw. Who is talking of withdraw case? Yes, man. Say withdraw the case. He said they should withdraw.
You're on point to do.
No. You get something where some people go talk. You could just imagine say, no. You see, there are people that defend Tinubu. They come, they say that that is a different thing. Some are saying that some will say, well, the court case, to me, I don't really see it because the court can never this one and that one is different.
By
But
the
we
way,
can't just
Papa don't Pampas will don't move to village now.
Papa go enter farm now. Nothing to eat again. Must go grow food.
The man. Well, that's why a Papa character they make me this. If you notice, the first day when he go court. Now this Agbada in wear, so that thing is flammable, it can catch fire. So the second day now you can dress a little bit, because when you wear that Agbada, they can use them suffer. Now flammable,
now. You can't talk like this too. You have been catching me. You don't know yes, you even called Babati self. You even mentioned Babati. Dr. CM.
The guy get bad mouth.
Dr. CM, I have
and don't be Babati the woman be. Say
no. Babati is even good. You mentioned the woman that is in a cocoyam farmer. Even looks more attractive than this one that you are seeing.
Yeah, it's true. No, say with her exposure, she still will walk like this. What if to say she dey village? Inside village they find cocoyam. Omo.
You finish your woman.
Why you not go? See, people are suffering and they invested in Obi. Obi is an excellent. This is the do not okay. Let's put it this way.
The way they talk to this woman this night, reminded me of my Ghanaian class teacher. When you don't misbehave, when you won't curse you, the kind of English you will come out, you will begin cry. And how you do to this woman today? Because the English and they get strong English. We say people know they hear but now abuse the mind directly. So if now maybe if my mama that woman be, I would disown her this night. I said
I'm not giving a let and go, Seth. If you tell me, anyway, you won't know what he will say. See, this 104% increase. If Peter Obi is the president, this thing can happen. Peter cannot authorize that at this critical time.
Party. Why they're doing this? You know why they're doing all these things? They are doing all this because they know they are going to lose in the next few weeks or next month.
Exactly.
Enjoy this money before it comes. That's the reason why they're doing all these things they're doing. They know their body is telling them this man is winning. They are, as much as we are all watching what's happening in the law courts, they are also watching. He's also following. They themselves are just looking at what's going to happen, and they can't bribe these judges. They can't bribe them. Because even though they bribe them, and I'm a judge, and you bribe me, and we are 5, I will collect the money. Between you and 5, I say, collect the money. It is still the people's money. Collect it, you use it for something else. But we'll judge the real case. When we judge it, we'll not tell them they gave us bribe and I put it out. Yes, you go and arrest them. That's the truth. It's not very, it's very,
to be honest with you, even if I'm the, even if, yes, please.
Yeah, well, the question is not related to this this shame. The question is relating to, I know Nigeria Watch. I know I didn't talk about it. It was about the Lagos deputy governor who has pledged allegiance for the American government. The question is,
another APC forgery.
Yes. So my question is this the same case as Diri of Bayelsa State? Because what affects the deputy governor affects the governor.
Yes.
So I wonder how the court is going to work on this. So that was the question. Now you've answered the question. It affects it. So hey, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, because they subpoena say an American immigration. I think I read it somewhere.
Be totally transformed now.
Exactly. Exactly. That of Lagos, they think they subpoenaed somebody from US to come and testify that yes, the deputy governor had naturalized, something like, all these things, and they couldn't indicate it. It's just for APC pack of lies. It go crumble. So you see, if not insensitivity, how can a government be increasing their salary by 114% when 30%, 30,000 minimum wage? So many states cannot pay it. That is insensitivity, and you are increasing it. Say they never, for what? A senator will be going home with over ₦1 million, and then over 25 million for constituency rubbish. So
it's called rascality, sir. It's called rascality.
Exactly.
It's what it is. Rascals don't think of consequences. They don't think of 7+ trillion. They are all these rascality. That's just displaying it, manifesting it for us.
It's true. They've forgotten that they are owing 77 trillion.
To me, it's not even rascality. It is foolishness and wickedness. They don't care about you. That's what they're telling you. They don't care how you feel.
Now what?
That's the best thing for them to do.
P2P cannot do this. I'm telling you, P2P cannot do this.
The opponent is talking of reducing the cost of governance. You are increasing your own. And
you are increasing it.
To be happy.
It is chop and quench government now. It's chop and quench. So they want to chop and quench.
And another thing, the fact that they even have the guts to bring it up at this time shows that they know the kind of person that they have put in there as the president. Because, there's some... Yeah, that's just basically the audacity to even bring it up in the first instance. All these things they're bringing up shows that they know the kind of person that they have in there. They know it's the kind of person that is there for us. Everybody grab and go. So that's why they will even think of even bringing it up in the first place. Because from what I understand, I think this particular thing was proposed before. Probably it was not given attention, because I think when Atiku came in with Oshibanjo, sorry, not Atiku. What's his name? Buhari came in with Oshibanjo. I think they slashed their own pay. They slashed their own salary, So probably he did not pay attention. So now Tinubu came and they are bringing it up because they know that this is a man who is there to grab. So that's why they have the audacity to even bring it up in the first place. And people are screaming, don't be surprised. This man will come back and he will approve that nonsense. Because that's what he's there for. He's there to grab and go. Because he's the same type of people that were there before. They're still the same type of people that are there.
The one we finished Nigeria with Alpha Beta is still operating in Lagos.
What they are creating is more SPVs.
If you watch Arise that day,
that's what they are creating. They're just creating a lot of them with the SSA. Go ahead, sir.
Rufai was saying, Rufai was begging on air that the president should not, please don't sign this thing. Don't sign this thing. And I won't be surprised when he comes back. That will be the first thing he will sign. Because he's also a thief. Is
the man even mentally stable to sign? So people are signing around him. He's not mentally stable now. He's not coherent. He can't address a crowd. It's not. It's the SPVs. By Shei, the one that is the 65-year-old woman, the Aloja, and Remy, and the Dele Alakes, and the rest. They are creating multiple SPVs, special purpose vehicle. That's all what they are creating. with different offices, SSAs, all these things going on. Things possibly maybe bringing Bill Gates, God knows, maybe they're almost selling the nation already. They're almost selling us. It's just one signature, but this man is not mentally stable. This is not even allegedly. I am going by bala blue. There's no human being that will be saying bala blue, blah, blah. That you're not mentally stable. That's why I'm saying it. I'm not a doctor, but what I'm saying is somebody who's not mentally stable that would mention such things and is incoherent. He's not talking about, what is not in tune with what somebody is saying. He can't make a conversation. Look at Hajia Hanatu, when she was talking about why she's supporting Mikano, when she went to visit him in London. He's sleeping. He's not coherent. He's even telling her,
yes.
he said he doesn't want to pile. He doesn't want to get involved in insecurity issues in the north. So this is what we are dealing with. And they now brought Ribadu by the caliphate. They placed him there. So when you're talking about don't sign it, Agbado is not even listening to the news. He said he doesn't watch social media because he doesn't want his blood pressure to go high. So he's not listening to Arise TV. He's not listening to anybody. He's not watching it. So the SPVs, the special purpose vehicles that they have created with all these SSAs that we're not seeing the name, all these projects, all these borrowing money, all these increments, they will have accounts already set up, ghost workers. All these SPVs, that's what they're all creating it in every nook, all the crevices of the nation. They are creating SPVs. That's just what is going on. It's like they're stealing from you in broad daylight, but you're not just seeing it, like what is happening in Edo State. They are robbing you broad daylight, but you're not seeing it. That's the more you look, the less you see. That's what's going on. And then this overfed orangutan, in fact, she's not even a shame. She's an overfed orangutan wearing purple, swaying on the chair and talking about for national interest. She's also part of the SPVs because they paid her, just like another influencer will come tomorrow, just like all these people. They're coming. I've said it before. They're going to be paying there. They will pay Arise TV channels. Name it, NTA, they will pay them to be coming to be pumping information, lies to the people. And that is why a channel like this needs to be counteracting people like this. Everybody in Twitter, anybody on social media, counteract all these people they are bringing, all these SPVs, like this overfed orangutan coming to talk. The other one in Asari has come to talk his own. This one, this fake PhD, I don't know what you call her, it's Koyam, I don't know. But I call her an overfed orangutan because she really looks like an orangutan, but in black color. She's coming there to talk. She's one of the SPVs. Dela Alake will come tomorrow. I am very shocked. Well, I'm not really shocked. FFK, another SPV, has not come out. Who else again? I don't know. There's so many of them. Sheyi has created office. The one that is she has created her SPV. Remy has created her own. There's a lot of them. They're creating SPVs all over.
They never give FFK position. I make another yarn again.
I know.
You go the first.
They don't they get signal, say they don't decide line now.
You
never thought. No, my worry is that is Alpha Beta still running in Lagos, because that one another bigger SPV now. Alpha Beta, I think they never wind and down, or is still there active.
As long as he has Sanwo-Olu, his house boy, and all those other people in the conglomerates, it will still be existing. Tollgate will still be existing until Peter Jirakobi comes, and then they divert. We start having different seaports. Gelegele seaport, the one in Port Harcourt, Calabar, open all of them. Anambra, open all those seaports. Then all those the SPVs they've created in Lagos, it will end. Right now, it's still ongoing. It's still ongoing. Unfortunately,
it's true.
The thing, to add to what Sister Rita just said, that's why all this clamor for Igbos go back, of Igbos non-Ronu people, because those Ronu people, they are a specific group that want Agbado by all means necessary, right? I say it. Yes, please go back to your homes. True. Because this is a window that's opened up so that we can fix our own. All those seaports when Sister Rita John mentioned now. See, sometimes when people they do something, they'll say that they wicked, they want wicked you. Now you they want show pepper. But they don't know that it's a blessing in disguise. All this go back home. Take it, as they say. I hear a lot of people are moving their businesses back to the east and different parts of the south.
Mr. Omoye, please, it is unfair in a country like Nigeria for
I
you
know
to
it's
tell a
unfair. Hear
hardworking,
what I'm saying.
tax-paying
I,
person to go back
I
home
hear
now.
what you're
When
saying.
they lock the seaport in Anambra, the one in Warri, all those are not open. So where my goods are
Mm.
coming as a trader,
Wait,
the
nah,
closest
Sister
seaport is where we
Rita,
put
wait, make
my
her
stock.
land. I
They
know
should
say
not
you,
only
but
to go
I
back home.
know say you the verse, but wait, or hear it and they talk. Hear me out here for
It's
a
true.
second. I understand your emotions, but hear me out because I feel the same way. Now, what I'm saying is this is an opportunity. Since they keep saying non-Ronu people go back home, yes, go back. Will it be hard? Yes. Is it unfair? Yes. But let me tell you the truth. That Gele seaport, that
Mm.
seaport in all the places that you mentioned, this will be
Mm.
the opportunity to bring that to the table and start to do it. This will give us the opportunity to ensure that we have governors who will
Mr.
fight for
Omoye,
the
I'm sorry.
people
I have to
and
interrupt you. I'm
ensure.
sorry.
No, okay, go ahead, interrupt, but
This
I know
cannot
what I'm talking
happen.
about.
This thing that you are talking about, it can't happen under Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
It's
It
not going
can
to happen
never happen.
under him now. That's what I'm saying. It's not going
Yeah,
to happen, but it make it.
you know.
This is a
Okay.
good argument for it. Of course, I'm not. You guys, you already know. It's not about this. I don't even know whether there's an administration. First of all, I don't. There's none. I don't see any. I'm talking about this whole sentiments that people have put out, this hate that they have put out. It is empowerment in a roundabout way. I'm not talking about the African administration. Who cares about that? What are they doing? They're not doing anything.
It's
All
true.
they're doing is they've stolen everything. The man with the vision wrote it down and said, "This is how I want to run my thing." They stole it, but they don't know the person when get the vision or they there. How you want carry her out?
Exactly.
How you want to
It's
carry
true.
it out? The person with the vision that has the vision, because the owner of it's just like Niger Watch Station now.
See,
No matter
see,
how much we love the station, he has an idea of where he wants to take it to. Even if we say, okay, let's assume all of us say, okay, we want to do like Niger, it can never be because he's the one with the vision. So it's the same thing. I'm not talking about the Agbado administration because it does not exist in my own space, in my mind. I'm talking about what these people are doing now is it's going to create a good argument for us to have it. Because I want our own side to be developed too. Who cares? I don't like Lagos. Place stinks, polluted everywhere. Go open
Very dirty
gutters.
city.
Malaria is finishing people. Nothing.
see,
The roads are terrible. Traffic
see,
hours. What's the joy in
see.
Lagos?
In Niger Watch, please, in Niger Watch, we do research. You know, this Gele now, just open them up. They say Gele Seaport holds an important place in the historic European exploration of Nigeria. During the reign of Ware the Great, the Portuguese became the first European travelers to visit Benin through the Gele Seaport in 1472 AD. This was followed by subsequent diplomatic and trade relations between the Portuguese and the Great Benin Kingdom from 1504 to 1550 AD. In 1963, Gele Seaport became known for its oil-producing nature and played host to Phillips Oil Company Limited, a subsidiary of Phillips 66 of Texas in the United States of America. 63, you never tell now. So, which means I didn't know. I'm just looking at it in the map and I saw it. Say
Yes,
Gele is a village located in Ovia Northeast,
yes.
local government area of
Dr.
Edo
CM,
State. The village, yes, please. The
Yes.
village is one moment. The village is situated on the left flank of the Ovia River and the shares boundary with Ogoton village. Gele is notable for its seaport, which was opened by Ware the Great prior to the European exploration of the Great Benin Kingdom. There is Nana Akonde.
yes, Dr. CM, one thing we also need to understand about that seaport area. Edo State is closed in because we have some traitors who were leaders. I think it was we are closing between Ondo State and Delta State, and so there's some discrepancies, being in the middle, of agreements that needs to be made. There was a chap who actually made an enlightening video of what is really going on, and the issue started from when James Ibori was in Delta State governor and Lucky Benedion Whatever it is that they signed, they didn't, Lucky Bine just didn't know the consequences of what they signed, because we have airheads as leaders that we vote. Anyway, fast forward, Gele Gele Seaport is a political issue. And until we have a leader like Peter Dirokobi that can sit down and make this agreement and then develop that place to make it the seaport that we know. And so therefore, there's no governor ever that will come to Edo State, I want to be governor, that will use Gele Gele Seaport as a political tool, because that is a white lie. And Governor Obaseki used that as a tool. It's a white lie, but people, that's a different topic anyway. When this election thing come, I'm waiting for the person that will use Gele Gele Seaport as a political tool, to campaign, because that is just another, we just know that one is disqualified completely. So that's just a different, I just mentioned that one of those spots. You can imagine if it's open. You can imagine if what's it called? Warri Seaport is open. Just imagine Calabar. Just imagine the spread of development. Who's going to stay in Lagos? Lagos is smelling. It's dirty. It's polluted.
Do you know that I just looked at the map now? Atlantic Ocean flew. It's like Atlantic Ocean. It's on the Atlantic, because the Atlantic, this thing flew into, I think, the nearest, the first town. You say it's called the Palmer Point, Guato Creek or something. Then Gombe, and then before you. Yes, please. Yes.
Majority of the goods they bring from Europe are coming from that side. The vessel pass through all those river to Lagos. They don't get to Lagos first. They pass through all those riverine area around Delta states, Akwa Ibom.
Yes, I know.
All that place from Ghana. That all down, all that way.
So imagine you have that in
It's wickedness.
This is what we are missing.
You see, this one. So the thing has been, it says since 14 something, the other opened it as a seaport for Portuguese to get to Benin. It's written there, man.
You see the Warri Port, they are lying that the Warri Port waterway is shallow. They need to dredge it, which is a lie. I have seen big ship. That's why I before I came to UK, I lived in Warri. I entered that river. I know all the routes those big ship pass through. They have their own routes. We have routes for boats. We have routes for ship. Ship that bring flour to Warri Port is not a small ship. When NNPC want to bring vehicles, new vehicles with the imports, they bring them to Warri Port. It's not as if the Warri Port is dead. The Navy is there and back in the Warri Port. So all this the federal government is saying is all lies. It's because of the money they are making in Lagos State. They don't
do you know exactly? So this is why I raised that point. I'm not talking about this administration. To hell with them, right? I'm talking about
these guys. Administration. This is not started. Obasanjo.
Right.
I can say it's alleged because Obasanjo is using it personally. There's an helipad in that place. I can say it's alleged. There's a helipad there. There's a particular person that comes to that place once in a while. He uses the helipad. There's an helipad in that place. This is not where you stay. I don't know.
So imagine if we decide that this whole BS that's going on, where people are becoming sectional about this, and we know the group of people we're referring to here, right? This is a good argument for us to hold on to and ensure that works. I want my own place to be exposed and be worked on. I want the roads to work. I want to be able to drive from Benin wherever I want to go without shaking. I want to be able to do business anywhere within my own axis without having to wait first. I have to go to Lagos. I have to go to here. No, give everything spread. If they fix all those seaports around those areas, people will have opportunity to have good jobs. We will not have our brothers and our sons crossing ocean to go and give the ocean free food.
CM, if you use Google Earth and look for Warri Port, around Warri Port, there's large mass land that is part of which I think federal government wants to claim.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so the Warri Port that you are saying, the excuse they are making, that excuse is very correct, because the Warri Port is actually a creek. It's not actually on the open water like that. But when the big ships they come, they have to now offload them and put them on the smaller cargoes to bring them into Warri. But before Warri Port, we have the Sapele Port. The Sapele Port is on the open water. It can carry any kind of ship. They kind of closed that and they went to build the Warri Port. But they can still reopen that because that is just, it flows, the Atlantic flows into the Ethiop River, flows into the Atlantic. So it's called the Ogorode. And I think they closed, when they closed it, then they used it for the power. Ogorode plant.
No, see,
the issue of that, madam, for that for report you're talking about, the sheep have their own parts. The sheep have their own parts. If you go to that river,
I know, but the sheep, those sheep
have
that
points
you are,
where the
those
sheep
sheep,
pass through.
those sheep that you are
where
seeing,
boats
they are
pass through.
smaller ships. They are not the big ones. They are not the big vessels.
See,
I know the one you are saying. I've been telling all those that I know these places. So it's not something I'm not just assuming. I'm giving you the smaller vessels that come into the Warri Port. The small, of course, they are not as small. They are not tugs. They are not all those smaller. No, but they are not the massive boats. So
it is the government that's not interested in it. That's a major problem. We don't know who's having a contract.
The Sapele Port, they should work on that one. That one is.
You see, from what I'm seeing here, and because I'm on the map, to me, this Gelegele seaport is even before Sapele because the Atlantic, as it flow in, the Atlantic came inland, sort of like coming inland. Then there's Cocoa Port somewhere here. Then there is Sapele, and then Gelegele is even before them. So the worry is if.
Because that Sapele Port, you see, that's Cocoa, that place Cocoa, that is the where you enter Sapele from. Where you have that that Cocoa, that open sea.
Yes. It's on the sea. Yes.
That's where you come in. That flow into some very big space of water.
I see them from map now. Yes. Then you see you go past even from from Cocoa you are going into the Atlantic. You go even past Gelegele before you get to Cocoa because Gelegele is almost at the tip of Edo. So entering in Edo is on the Atlantic, the tip where Edo state touch Atlantic. That is around where Gelegele is. Then you go even past them before you go to Cocoa. Sapele is even more inland than a Gelegele. No wonder it was used by it's Philip Oil Company of Texas in 1963. It's within operational. Oh no, there's little or not. There's just little to do to revive them.
All the wood they export from Nigeria.
Okay, that timber they say timber Sapele in geography in those days they say timber.
All the wood they used to build the houses here is from there.
Atlantic. It's like 8 minutes by boat. So it's like it's open. It's just that the Atlantic spread out into Sapele, but then it now became River Ethiop. So it's there. You can even see where the water is dividing between the salt water and the sweet water. You can see it, around between the boundary between Cocoa and the Ogariki.
That is why you see. That's why you see this thing. What is it called? The attack against P2B because people are saying that this Cocoa Gelegele Sapele, open it, connecting it to Warri, then from Warri Sapele Highway should be dualized up to Benin, then Benin to Auchi, mean through Epoma, then you get to Lokoja, you are in Abuja straight. So that is what he meant. So that it should be dualized. It should be dualized because it will not be a gateway to get to the coast. So through there so that if you are in Abuja now, you want to get to the coast, you don't need to start going to the south, all the whole western states of Osun, Kwara, before going to Lagos. So you now follow these ones. Yes, please.
Yeah. There's a road
Yes.
federal government abandoned in Ilaje community in Ondo State. If you get to Ore, instead of facing all the way going from Ore, going to Ibadan express, you divert from Ore. From that place, you link a road that takes you all the way to Epe in Lagos, passing through the sea coast. It is the shortest route to Lagos. But federal government abandoned that road, all because they won't benefit from there. That road is the fastest way out from back. So if you take your goods from the port, just pass there, before you know you're in a Ore. From Ore, you find your way. You won't need to go all the way to Ogun State, drive all the way to Ogun State, and then Ibadan Expressway.
In fact, I
The day I saw the road, and from that place, if you take a boat from that community, it will take you like 30 minutes. You are in Epe. And then if the water tide is down,
exactly, because the moment you get to Epe, Ore is no longer far. Look at Epe, look at Ore.
Yes. So when the water tide goes down, we usually use motorbike to go to Lagos from that village.
So which means this road from Lagos to Ijebu, Benin to Ore to Ijebu to Shagamu before getting into Lagos could have been short on when you get to Ore, you just go down straight to Ekpe.
Yes.
And
those villages if they do those roads villages will be open and they will develop.
It's true because it really caught this thing. It will go through. This is where anyway. The thing is that I can't wait for P2B's administration, because all these things have all this wickedness in which everybody will be suffering. Look at the coastal line of Nigeria. Yet only one seaport. Everybody will go and be dying in Lagos. What is the what is?
You see, NDDC was this on this road. NDDC was this on this road. I think before when Buhari came in, he dissolved that department. The person that was managing the project was my client. The last day in work, he took me around the village in the Shekiri, all the Shekiri village, Koko, that's Benin River. They were already doing roads on swamp. See, you need to see me that day. I looked at this young man. He's an engineer. I looked at him. I said, I wish you could be the governor of Delta State. Me as an architect, I know what it costs to build road on the swamp. They cleared swamp. They cleared swamp miles. And the plan was to link Escavos to Wari. And then link that same road, that road I'm talking about, will be linked together.
Wait, he said
areas.
Is it Escravos sorry, he said Escravos or Focados? Which one?
Yes, there's Escravos, there's Focados.
Where is Escravos? Because I did one.
Escravos and Focados, they were meant to link all of them together. It's after Escravos, if you look at that map, after Escravos, you look down. We now fit there with just boats. This boat is moving around.
The thing why I see here now, Focados, Burutu, then through the river.
After Burutu, you see Escravos. Then before you see Escravos, you now see Lagos. You see. You have to zoom in very close. The Escravos were part of where you have your liquefied gas plants.
Okay, LNG.
And before that, Escravos, opposite that Escravos was where this woman, former minister of.
Who? Is it Desiani? Hello? Bila say we don't lose them. Abinami. Hello?
You the call person?
No, the person who was speaking is a former minister.
You see, opposite that Escravos.
Hear you. Oh, Mashallah.
Yeah, I'm on my network. You see that
Okay,
opposite
in
Escavo.
the year Gassiem.
And
He said
you
the
see,
former minister for is it which minister were you talking about before?
Desani.
Okay, there's in a journal, Abi.
And now they you see opposite that Escavo exactly, they cleared
Yes.
acres of land meant for fertilizer processing. The same thing Dangote is doing in Lagos. They abandoned it during Jonathan. I think the few months Jonathan was going, that's when they did the groundbreaking. He abandoned that job. And that was one project everybody around Delta was expecting that when the job comes, they will have work to do. When we were building Escavos, when in 2009, when I went there, it was an army of men that are working there day and night. An average salary for most of those youth were like 100,000, 50,000. You understand? So their hope was that when this place comes up, there will be jobs. But of course, Delta State Governor, instead of doing the right thing, he allowed Lagos State to have them to do that there.
In fact,
so their
I'm
wickedness
happy.
is much.
It's true, it's much. I'm happy I read about this Gele seaport. In fact, it's even since 14th century. No, it's true now. If not beside researcher now, since 14th century, Obewuare opened it for the Portuguese so that they can travel to visit Benin. Can you imagine? 1472 AD. Now then they used, and then by 1963, the Philip Oil Company of Texas, America, based there for that seaport. 1963. So which means it's been there now. Gele seaport. Okay.
So the port issue is just political issue. It's just political issue.
It's true.
Just being wicked.
It's
and then
political issue. 9 they take killer.
The leaders that we have are the ones that are just killing the place. The leaders are the ones killing the place. They are the leaders are the major problem of that matter. The leaders. Self-centered people.
It's true.
They control them for them.
With this, none of this actualized unless Peter becomes in, so that he can open up this Niger Delta area. Look at Gele has been in existence since 14th century. The Portuguese even used the seaport. American oil company used it in 1963, based there. Philip Oil of Texas. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Imagine. Since then,
based on all the seaports, because I mean, over here, anywhere there is a city, there is always if it's close.
Do you know?
There's always a seaport.
Do you know that? Why it pains me? Because when we are talking now, like all this build railway enter Niger Republic. What if now this Gele or this Auchi, Benin, Sapele, Warre Sapele, Benin, Urum, still move to Abuja. Now in the open 2 lane. I mean, make a dualize that. That would have given a way so that you can have access to the sea for every business going. Open up that.
Apart from just the seaports, it could have brought even tourism to Nigeria, to those areas. Because people go, for example, people travel to Spain, to Greece, to what do they go and do there? Just to go and enjoy the sea. Just to go and enjoy the sea.
Exactly. To be honest with you, Gele is on the Atlantic Ocean.
All the banana hangers, all the nice things they see banana hangers can be built in that place. But the Niger Delta headers are the problems. When they are supposed to be talking, saying the right things, there is for their pockets.
No, I can't. Sometimes I can't blame them like that. It's a deliberate wickedness. Because see, if federal government is looking for, they know what to do. Okay, since when they build that rail enter Niger, what has it contributed to our economy? Because that is how you do something now. That's why Peter B will tell you that, look, he said, you don't do things, if you want to borrow money, you borrow it for something that will pay itself. Now, you built rail to Niger Republic. What has it brought to Nigerian economy? Is zero. But if you had opened the coast, around this coast. Open them. It will even give people the opportunity to go and fish. In fact, the people from that area shouldn't be thinking of, apart from the crude oil, go to the Atlantic Ocean and be fishing. This one they do offshore, the type they do in Norway. Somebody can say, let them invest in it. Then we can be supplying fish just because of that gele something. Fish, put it in that.
There was a lot of fishing trolleys, fishing companies in those areas before. With trolleys. They killed all of them one by one.
That is the thing, because this is the economy of the place. Norway sustains itself with North Sea oil and then fishing. That is what Norway uses. So that area alone, that Gele area, even if their port can just be said, because they are now into the Atlantic. Gele is on the Atlantic. You use it, just go a little bit and find the Atlantic with this ship, go and fish. You fish overnight, because they say normally in the night the fish come up, they come to the surface. Big fishes will come to the surface. And during the daytime, during the daytime they go deep into the sea. So during the night they come on the surface. Then you go and fish. In the morning you see a cat. That should have been a fishing port for Nigeria. That Gele and all those things. And once P2B comes, all these ones, there's no amount of enmity that can stop it. We know where we are going. Come in and open up the place, especially the business along the coast, so that people will free. We cannot be wasted. Okay, look at the money they wasted in Niger Republic for nothing in a desert.
What if I tell you, CM?
Yeah.
What if I tell you that, my kind of work, before I left Nigeria, I had to work in different places. So I get to learn and see. What if I tell you, majority of the crayfish that Nigeria clean themselves for, the day I saw them look crayfish in my presence, I didn't believe my eye. Big trailers. I just woke up in the morning, came out around 5, and I saw big hefty load of trailers on a small barge, and they was asking what they say is crayfish. They're taking it to Lagos. The village is remote. Along that same road, I'm telling you.
I'm from where? Now from around this area,
that's in the. It is Ilaje, yes, Ilaje. Just Ilaje villages. So I just saw full trailer load, about 2 or 3 long trailers, not the 40-foot trailer, long ones. They loaded crayfish up to the brim and was hanging. I say,
You see, wickedness no good. We need a leader like P2B who will be selfless. Even rare. If they had done a rare, say from Lagos to just follow this road up to Bini, Abo, Asabonisha, then one go divert for Bini, begin go down to Sapele Wari to Yenego. Look, business would have been unquantifiable. Agricultural produce, all these things. People go see something, do enter train, go say. That just and Nabi Obasanjo come begin close all these things. Even though that's why this seaport is since then it's been like that, but they cannot. You just have to. Everybody they want everything in Lagos, where people go they suffer every morning. Lagos. Okay, now Tinubu that appointed Yoruba man to be in charge of Apapa Wharf, custom, or so all those things.
Do you know that when they had issues with that Apapa road? When Dangote was building the refinery, most of the equipment that came through Dangote came through reports. Because my president, I saw pipes, I saw equipment passing through that place, and they have lots of trailers.
That's see, imagine. Even in fact, do you know that this between Edo Delta they can have up to 5 seaports. So this Warri, Koko, Gele, there is one. There's this. Is it Ogidigben? Ogidigben is on the Atlantic. You can build a port there.
Then there's where we have escavos. Ogidigben is where we have escavos.
In fact, okay, Ogidigben, yes. Okay, now they have okay. See, this one. Okay, yeah, not true. See, this one they are even talking, because escavos and the Ogidigben, they are directly. These are the tip of the Atlantic. Build a seaport there. You don't need to dredge it. If you feel that the Atlantic that gets into Sapele, you feel this thing, you use it as transshipment. Ship stops here. You use the one where go carry whether 100 containers or so. You put it, then it moves into Sapele, go and discharge there. Move into Warri, go and discharge there. From there, oh dear, anyway, until P2 becomes the Lord. It's true. No, it's true now. It's true
It's a
because
problem
all
I'm
these things,
facing.
huh? All
These are
these
problems
things.
I'm facing now.
It is a problem we are facing. They can't be doing
And
business
and
around the
and
Warri East, Southeast, and South. You go, they go, they clear container for Lagos.
if you go to
It's
the
not good.
community, if you go to that community in question,
You know how many people money don't waste like that.
if you go to that community
Container go fall
itself,
for road,
they
everything go
live
destroy.
like that video. And that was played some days back. Morocco people, that's how they live. This is where you refine gas and drill oils, but yet your
So,
next door
so,
neighbor
so, so,
are living in
which means
poverty.
this so this is the escravos I dey hear about the gas point, escravos.
Yes.
Eh,
That is where all the crude oil
ah,
goes, convert to gas and all that. That's where Nigeria is making money from. And their next door neighbor are living in poverty.
ah,
Their next door
okay,
neighbor are living in
Ogidi,
poverty.
Ogidigben, Ogidigbe,
Ogidigbe.
escravos, signal point. This is
Shell
the
is Shell.
real,
Shell has its own point somewhere around that same area too.
the same escravos.
Yes,
Okay,
all around there.
Ajuda
Now,
Igbo.
if you look at that particular place, there are many offshore points.
Mm.
If you go there during the as in maybe you are visiting that village in the night when you come out, you will see glass flying all over the high sea. These are points where you have people working at the
In fact,
platform.
I learned something. So, see, my friend, it's possible to say that the first seaport in Nigeria is Gele Gele. I can say that.
It's illegally, yes.
It's 14th. He said the Obai of Benin had to open up this Gele Gele to enable the Portuguese to
Yeah.
come into European travelers to come and visit Benin in 1472. Alex know their panel today. If not, Alex, I know if you don't know this type. I know that kind of thing no go there straight to Alex. You don't know. Then as at 1963, the Philip Oil Company of Texas, USA, is using it as a base. Oh
Yeah.
no, wickedness, no good. To be honest, no, it's true now. I'm not me maker. I'm just getting the facts out of internet now. Now they read. So they even go.
That's the pass through.
So you see, so escravos, crude oil, all this LNG, escravos. So this
Yes,
is
from
where the
there.
thing is.
Where it is.
Eh?
They spent a lot of
Eh,
money building that place. They spent a lot of money building it. The second phase was to be that fertilizer plants, which they went to have built.
Hi,
So
wickedness is not good.
so the one that Dangote is running pipe from that place to Lagos, there won't be need. This is going to be pipe
Okay,
across the river.
okay. Is it from this area? Dangote is running pipe down to
That's what
Lagos.
they're taking crude oil now. That's where all the crude oil comes to. All the crude oil that are all drilling from all the offshore and everything, it comes to that place. So all those when they're talking about them stealing crude oil and all that, they have pipes running everywhere from there. And then they still take from there to Warri refinery. From Warri refinery, they now extend it to wherever they want to extend it to. So we are bringing all the crude oil to that place. So all those all those platforms that we have around that area, they pump crude oil from the ground and send it to escavos.
Thank God.
You get the full story now. So it's just like you have different points where we have oil wells around the water there. They drill it from there and send it to escavos. So it's escavos now process and say exports.
Hey, thank God that I researched.
Before we close, I beg, because the next 30 minutes I want to round up. But there's a question I want to ask everybody on the panel.
Yeah.
For this tragic that happened over the search of Titan, we
That
take
time,
4 lives. I beg, I don't understand that more. May somebody educate me, I beg.
I know even that one. I hear say the five people don't die. I
So
don't know
wetin
the details.
happen?
Omo,
I
yeah,
don't
Wetin
no,
know.
they know.
happen? So wetin
They don't
happen?
die
Now
now.
give
Don't sit
una
down today.
quick
The 5 of them
small,
don't die.
quick summary of
Not be submarine.
wetin me know so far. Oh, so far, I'm not an expert, so let me just put that out there. What happened was, 5 people when they get money, they not get what they want to can do again. They are bored
Now, what's
of
happen
the
now?
land. They are bored of land, right? They don't tire to they see sansan and the
We better work for
beautiful
them.
blue sky. Now they can say, okay,
Omo, yeah,
one
yeah,
of them
the
can
same thing
say
way.
they
Omo,
want build, they
omo,
can't
you
go
sure?
this
I
thing.
beg,
Now the
omo,
thing
yeah,
where
omo,
they
yeah.
tell you, now the thing where they say, I mean, are you there?
Wait,
No,
Are you
now
now.
they
there?
give you that summary. Now one more not they interject me. Now
Now the
it's
truth
the
they
other
talk.
thing now. They interject person when they report matter. I don't understand
The
though,
truth
this
they
It
talk.
panel.
it 2 days sugary. That's why we they ask. It 2 days
Eh?
sugary.
Let
Only
me
too much
breathe.
now.
Let
Sugar
the poor
plenty.
breathe. Let the poor breathe.
Okay,
Breathe.
go ahead.
Okay. So now back to how I was saying it. So according to news that I observed and I heard, I was not there. I just the waka pass I hear. They say they tire for land, for the ground when me and you they use leg they touch, and the beautiful blue sky. Now they say, where else? What we bored? We're bored. What do we want to do? Now one of them can't go junkyard. He can't go collect things where they don't abandon, like mechanic shop. You know those car where they know all those junkyard. And you all
Mhm.
carry things together. Pamaku, tin of picnic. They gather everything, beat am. Come said okay, they want build tube when go enter ocean. They can't use that game thing when they say all the game people when they sabi play game. The cheap one though, na $40 they sell them for Amazon. They can't use them as control. Now the lock now from our side. So if they lock the person for inside there, you can't open it. Somebody has to be out there to open it for you. They can't draw up the contracts for before you go to the ocean. They can't gather this 5 billionaires. They can't gather. They can't sit down. They can't for the contract. The first page alone mention by. If something happen, by. If this
Mr.
one happen,
Festus,
by.
off your camera better.
They
Go
can't
ahead.
still say. Now they can't say. Now they can't. The billionaires gonna say, I'm going. What's that? What's there? What's there? Nothing, man. Let's do it. Can't speak. They shall speak the English. Nine. Okay, is the boy. One of the can't say na Father's Day. I want to be with my son. I love my son so much. I feel butterflies in my stomach with my son. Then the son was hesitant. News that I walked by and I heard. But the papa can't say it's Father's Day. The boy did not because na Father's Day, make it go follow papa celebrate Father's Day. That one na from I think Pakistan. That billionaire na Pakistani or Indian. I'm not too sure. So they don't eat that day. They can't carry only one slice of bread. If I remember, now they chop no food. Now they can't set
Like
sail.
before they enter the water.
Before they enter the water, now only bread. Now they just chop like one
Okay.
slice, something like that. Then they come enter inside the DC. For inside the tube, they get computer for inside there. The man shows they get makeshift toilets. Makeshift, very small stuff
Okay,
like that.
now they make the team by themselves.
Now they make them by themselves. The one when they tell people when hold the control, now they make them. Meanwhile, they consult with divers, expert divers, consult with all these other people. Those ones want they say this thing no fit enter the ocean one and one enter. You know let you do now. You know let una do is risky. More than not do. And one of them supposed be seized. I think one of them when you can't see the explanation of how they take build the thing, that one can pull out last minute. That one go say, I know they go, I still love life and I like land. I will remain here, let you people go, I will wait for you on the land. Now they can't enter. Before we let it the apple, 1 hour better, they don't hear anything. They call, they say, wait, they can't lost signal. Now they come, they look for them. Meanwhile, the oxygen when it go only last there, I think 48 hours or something like that. by the time they started looking and trying to get people involved, they got America involved, can't get Canada involved. Meanwhile, now mostly British people, now only one American they among and one Indian. They can't they look for, they can't gather all the taxpayers' money, all the money where we they work.
So
They can't
Indian man
gather.
once you get mine, join them.
Yes, you can't go. Why that what? The recently, as at yesterday, I think, or this month, yesterday, yeah, they can't say the thing. They hear loud explosion, so that means the thing it don't compress. The water don't compress, and so there's no, they don't go visit the maker.
Okay,
That's
now
the summary.
no, wait me no understand. Where did they go? They want to go rescue people who died.
They want to go Titanic when it sink. On Titanic, you don't watch Titanic. It's me. You.
Okay, no, they want to go bring back Titanic people.
They want go see her. They want go take picture. They want go do escort for Titanic ship.
Wow.
And that Titanic ship where it sink put now levels when you not just feel go, you not feel ordinary your way. Exactly.
Submarine,
even people when they go with submarine, sometimes they're not get where they not feel rich. So
they say that place deep where?
Very deep. Human being not supposed the depth no human being not supposed to reach that depth.
If you travel for air, when you don't the high altitude, your ear go you get kind of effect for your ear.
Yes.
Deep down the water, the pressure is so much that your eardrum will burst. You will not hear anything at that depth. Nobody goes to that depth. That depth is too much for any human beings to go. Even whales don't go that far. Now they find with, and I can't blame them. They get money, they not oppress human beings.
So now, if the Titanic will happen 90 terror, now they want to go bring command, so I'll be waiting.
Exactly. That's the question. Nobody don't feel go come back like that.
Go there, take picture.
Just picture.
Even the last time they do robots not even reach the place. Robots now they say go, not reach the place.
Robots not reach there.
Robots not reach the place, but now those pictures robot they are not clear, which they won't see. Now they missed. Another people will get money. When you get money, not what you know his money do again. You know if you go moon or you know if you go sun. So and they are good, so they're not the oppressed human beings where they here with their money. Unlike black people.
Did you pay me, Sha? But why? We didn't define the goal.
So if they see the Titanic, they want living there or they want bring the ship come out. Which one be their own? Or to take photo say
say things where they admit or where they amuse them, You know
they
they
want
amuse
to create record.
They try go.
Is
it not? I've forgotten that story where the Bible where they say some people they build ark to go reach God or something. Later, you get where he reach. You get where he reach. You get where he reach. They change it. Nobody they hear the thing where each other they speak again. They're confused. So which one they go see Titanic?
God confused their language.
Yes. So which one be go reach Titanic? Something if to say like the thing they like one desert na land, okay, or even if na Arctic what they call them the Arctic Circle, okay, still land is still there.
No, they want to people never do before. What has not been done? I want to do it. That be their problem.
And they say that Titanic ship see they inside that ground though, inside that water.
He did there.
They're not very ground now. So all the people they see they inside there. So some people were saying that this is the lack of respect of the souls of those who passed. There are certain places you just don't go to. That's a resting ground for people. So there's that mixed emotions. And then come to find out, the wife, the man wife, one of the person who even create that tube, in wife they related to the one couple when it passed for that ship. The one of them, I think, now founder of Macy's for America, the big store when they take, and one of these The story is getting deeper and deeper. In fact, I don't know what they see. They all chop belle for one money. They say they want to go where human beings. Those debts are not for human beings. Even professional scuba
wetin dey
divers
surprise me
don't
now
go there.
say all these people are billionaires. Hey, billionaire money where they never fit enjoy finish.
Well,
They never, if they put all that money together when they use, they for solve world hunger. Small.
I make
the
white
money
man
they
drink
make
for
us a
black
bit stupid,
man.
though. I mean, foolish. Money they make some
I
people
make
they
we go
foolish.
different. If was in a black man, the money we can get, maybe we don't buy one
Oga
country.
Elvis, you know how much they collect for that submarine to take people down? They collect millions now to bring people down. Just a try of tourist attraction, bring
Something
people
million
down to
pounds.
see it. Aha, you see now. So it's all about money. When it comes to the dollar, that's what they do. They can do anything just to attract people and make the money fast. It's a capitalist state. What do you expect?
Ah, now wow, all of the all go like that.
Yes, yes, no. They don't clear. You know, say, plane they crash.
Buy their
People, plane they crash. People go fall inside the Atlantic, die. They no catch them. This one be say normal people just brush their mouth to dress. Maybe they even put perfume. They begin go 1 year. begin say, make them do 1 year expedition. They know they see this one not be accident. Now then just willingly say make them go find Titanic. Who sent them? What you they like Guinness Book of Record.
Exactly.
After this lady don't cook. Which this appointment lady.
Since Ida don't win and everybody want beat Ida.
No, some
Many more don't come out too.
that one and he say na to cook. He say he go eat continuously for how many hours? Say he go they eat. So that one another Guinness. Anything can be Guinness Book of Record. Maybe people never
go cook for there. Maybe not the same food they be want go cook for there.
No, I don't know. They not tell me and they are not ask them. So
just to go take picture.
I don't know. Then go say they go see that. Maybe all these billionaires. Maybe if they to say they succeed, go and come. That one a business. So then go to arrange for people. So you go pay.
You see why they talk all the time. So not be everything with these people create. Not be person they try.
Something worse.
Not be everything with these people create. You they try. Oga Festo, thanks for joining us, sir. Please talk to us.
Thank you, sir, for putting me in the panel. God bless all of you. I've been listening. You guys have been talking about a wide range of topics. Now you're talking about the Titanic and the people that wanted to perish and they perished. Going back to the Nigerian issue, these guys that perished in the Titanic thing, it's not even my concern at all. It's just that the news have been blasting us with it. I don't even want to listen to it. If you come to a white man's world, I tell them in my job, when I say they will be laughing, I say, some of you want to be eaten by shark. I'm marked that that's the way you died. Some want to be eaten by lion. They go to the lion's den and be playing with them. So they have weird adventures that I believe that's the way they wanted to go, as long as I'm concerned. Because if you don't want to go that way, don't try those things. I've checked it out. The navies are afraid of going there. Okay? They pull back in going as deep as the Titanic thing. Some divers have gone there in the time past in search of gold, and they excavated certain things there. They've gone multiple times, but that's not what you do anyhow at all, as long as the story goes. Now, concerning Nigerian issue and the Lillian that we saw on the news last night, most of us don't know the level of poverty at home. When the obedient movement said that these guys have weaponized hunger. See, it becomes an instrument of control. That woman that was there, if we are privy to the amount they give them to come there and disgrace themselves, you'll be surprised. Yeah, very poor man, poor figure. Look at when people want to vote, some people are giving 1,000, 5,000. You go and elect somebody and put somebody in for 4 years, and he will starve you almost to extinction. Now, she came there and displayed her flattery. She was bought, she was paid by her actions, body languages, and her. In fact, she was choreographed as long as I'm concerned. I was looking at her body language, the words she uses, the way she was behaving. She was uncultured, not even. You see, a lot of mess has happened at home. Many people are parading doctorate degrees and degrees that ordinarily they wouldn't have had if corruption have not gone to every fabric of the system at home. In those days, they give the degree, what they write there is both academic and character.
It's true.
Before they don't give any, they write that having tested you in academic and character. Okay, if you have a degree, there's no way you can go and rig an election for an illiterate elementary six holder. There's no way you will vote him in. It's not in your cadre. But because of what we have, they have weaponized hunger. You see a professor. He's fighting to die for a person without even elementary school who wants to be a governor or a president. It's a shame. When I see anybody in Nigeria who is parading his degree, PhD, and professor, I laugh. I laugh at them. I tell them, I said, you guys should be ashamed of saying only one man, one Okechukwu in Abuja, came to Arise TV. They call him a professor. He said, put that thing on the site, and let me tell you what I want to tell you. I said kudos to him, because it's now a shame to come out and say I'm an intellectual in Nigeria. Mahmoud is a professor. Okay, Mahmoud is a professor. Name them. They are all professors, lecturers, PhD holders, master's degree holders, and they are rigging elections for a person who doesn't know where a secondary school is. It's a very big shame. You know. Then concerning development that I was listening that you guys are talking, you see, Nigerian issue doesn't bother me much, because I already know, if you know a sequence of events in Nigeria, you can predict the outcome of the next one. As long as I'm concerned, since 1970, all the people that have been ruling Nigeria are a bunch of mediocres. They don't know no jack. They're not supposed to be there. They're supposed to be the public service, because they have no vision. We're praising Yaradua. Yes, he came over there, and he was so sickly that he cannot even think of any other thing except his health. Unfortunately, he died. He gave his life for it. You know. So, I've made up my mind that no leader. I told one of my northern friends, I said, there's no leadership in the north. You guys don't have leadership. And he got angry. I said, calm down. What you people have and have been producing is followership. And that followership is based on ignorance. I said, go and mark it. The leadership of Nigeria is in the south. Forget about, and since that time he behaved the way he did. I said it's a fact. I'm telling you the truth. The truth. The leadership in Nigeria is in the south. Now, going the other way, I've made up my mind that no northern leader is interested in developing the south. I heard you people talking about Maradi railway station and everything. Yes, Buhari built it, and rightly so he did it. But who did he use to accomplish that task? One of the man from the south they call Rotimi Amaechi, a very senseless individual. So the northern leaders, so we see them, have no interest in developing this south. What they are even angry at the south that you people are educational. Remember the way they planned the system in Nigeria? There's people that are called educational disadvantage. They're all in the north. So they are mad at you that you are educational forward, and there are people that they call the catchment areas. They're all in the north. Now, I was talking with my friend from the west some time ago. He said that I would have told them, even if the south didn't go to school for 30 years, you still won't catch up. So their leaders, they're already angry at the south for the development and being forward. Therefore, when they come up on the scene, their mind is not going into what do I do to develop the south, whether the ports you're talking about, the road connections in the south, or anything. They are focused on the north, and the more they give to the north, the more hungry they are, and the more under development. So we see it now that the system does not support somebody who wants to do a broad job in Nigeria, because number one, the power is concentrated in the hand of one man. We are not running a federal system. We are running a unitary system. So with the unitary,
the thing is.
Yes, sir. Are you talking to me?
Let me interject for a second. Let me interject.
Sure.
So yes, let me interject for a second. You know the thing the thing about the backwardness of the north is their feudal system.
Sure.
They don't expose them. It's not that I don't always believe that they can learn, but the thing is that their leaders kept them in perpetual bondage so that they all use them for election. Let me give you an instance. In 2019,
I know what you are saying.
In 2019, when Peter Obi was in PDP contesting with Atiku as vice presidential candidate, do you know that of the campaign of calumny they carried out against Atiku?
Yes.
Was to tell their people that let them not vote for Atiku, not because he's not a Fulani or a Muslim, but because of the fact that the Peter Obi who is with him is one of the people that killed Sadwana Amadu Bello.
The same thing with 1966.
No, it's Peter Obi. They said Peter Obi, who is second running mate to Atiku. Now you ask yourself, and when they tell them, they believe. How old was Peter Obi when Sadwana died? Was Peter Obi in the army at all? So you see, but there are things. Even if you don't want, even if you in the south, let's say you don't want people to vote for this person, you still can't tell lies. There are lies you will tell. People will say, is this man correct? How can you tell us that this man is the person that did this? No, we won't believe that, even if you don't want us. So that their feudal system is what is keeping them behind. They just want them to expose them to Western education. They don't do that. That's why they will tell you that if you say we want to use, imagine an article saying most of the people in the north are not on social media, so they don't have WhatsApp. They can't operate a mobile phone. And he's boasting with it. If you said you want to improve educational, electoral system in Nigeria, maybe let's go electronic voting, or they'll tell you that majority in the north cannot be able to do it. If you say you want anything you bring, they will always have a reason not to tell you that it's targeted against them, or their people cannot be able to cope with it. So you continue waiting for now. If they have to prove the whole country, they are about 97% and 5%, and they will keep doing that. So I don't see why a leader should neglect even Niger Delta or going to clean up and use money to be building railway inside Maradi for what? Of what economic significance is that? Of what economic significance? Nothing.
Well,
There is
the
nothing.
man, the
It's
man
just to
who
build.
built it, the man who built it said that his cousins are there. Remember, he said that his cousins are there when the
But
attack came up.
his
But
cousins are of what? What
the thing I'm
use?
saying is that these people are mediocres. They don't know anything about development, and we
They
are
don't know
looking forward for them to do something. They cannot do what they don't know, and the
what
people
they
that
don't know.
surround them are a bunch of sycophants who don't even tell them the truth. See what they do. They get in there, they bring in the so-called elite who use the opportunity to make themselves rich. See? So
It's
they don't
true.
tell them, they don't even guide them. They don't guide them onto what they want, what should have been done.
It's true.
But they seize the opportunity to make themselves and their cronies rich. Okay, look at all the things Buhari was signing. Do you know he was asked? He said he doesn't know what is inside them. All the bills, and we know how they pack them. We know how they pack them.
It's because he cannot read
He,
it.
he didn't know nothing. But he hired people that may tell him what is inside. Still, because of their personal greed, they don't. You see? So we have an endemic problem that need to be worked on if Nigeria wants to be a nation. The type of leadership we choose determine where we are going. You see? So if we continue to choose a person, people like Agbadodem and all these people, I don't know, I don't care about the gragra he's doing, service chief and all this. That's what he should do. Everybody comes with his team. Anybody you put in there, the service chiefs will go. They know that you have people in there. I mean, they will tell you.
Can I give an analogy now? Can I give one analogy so that you will see the kind of leadership you have? You see, when you just, I want to digress so that you can easily see the in-depth of decay in our leadership. You see, when Trump came into power in America, they were giving Trump a lot of security information, and they give him a lot of volumes of books to read because it comes in like 100 or 120 pages.
Yeah.
He doesn't read it. He said, what should I read it for? Okay, now, such a man that has gone to school is in power, he doesn't give a damn. Now compare it to Buhari, who has not gone to any school. How will he be able to read 100 pages or 50 pages of security briefing or even a bill? That is the kind of problem, because he doesn't know what is inside the bill. All he does, will he favor us? He favor the North. Oh yeah, Ngwanu sign. Will he hold PDP down? Oh yeah, Ngwanu sign. That is the only thing he knows, and that is what our leaders, they don't read. They don't go through it. How can they bring a bill? They don't even bring the bill to your table so that as they are going about it, you'll be studying it yourself. Your party doesn't even brief you about the bill. Then the bill now come, you don't know any jack about the bill. Then you just go ahead and waste like 3-4 hours. They just sign it. They'll say the president has signed the bill that he doesn't even know. That was why he was complaining that he doesn't know anything about the bill. If Trump cannot even go through 100 pages, what about Buhari who does not even go to school at all? Can he go through 2 pages with his kind of sickness? That is what Nigeria is having. There is no president in Nigeria from Bubu time. There was a group of gangsters that have been ruling Nigeria, and that is why they always bring forth illiterates and criminals to be at the ends of affairs so that they can perpetrate evil. We Buhari know about anybody that is stealing fuel? Do Buhari know about the subsidy? Does he know about the military they are killing over, they are spying over there? Does he know how many people that are spying in the north? He doesn't know. It's what they brief him. That's what he knows. He doesn't read it.
Let me tell Nigeria watch that I haven't been able to succeed in super chatting you or chatting the platform, because whenever I do that, I tried again this evening. Whenever I do that, it will just not go. It said unable to send. The page does not open here where I am. I don't know why. So, on my Naira account, I copied what you posted yesterday, but my Naira account is like is for somebody. I don't very much operate it unless if I will make some gifts, give some gifts. So
your web browser, are you using Chrome as your web browser?
No, I'm using Safari.
Oh, Safari. Well, I think it's a good option because there was a time I was using Chrome. It wasn't going, and I guess Safari might also have that problem. The only thing that I used, and I started using directly Google to bring out the whole thing. So I started getting it.
Yeah, I tried to use Google. It's not going through. Maybe I think he's telling me to download something or copy and paste. I did all those things and it didn't work. I don't know why. So that's the experience I have on that part. So thank you all for having me and thank you all for listening. Our problem at home is the masses supposed to watch what is going on so that they will know who their enemies are. That these people don't have interest of the country at their heart at all. They don't have. They take Nigeria as a farmland. Yeah. Because you check it, all the Congress people we have there, National Assembly, they call it, check them. Most of them have houses and their children overseas. Then what are you doing there if your children are not in the country and they don't live inside the country? What are you doing there? I told somebody some time ago, I said, how many are the Congress people we have at home? He said about 400. I said, do you know what? We have 400 thieves at the National Assembly. I said, how many are the senators? He said about 100. I said, we have 100 thieves at the Senate as I was in the Senate chambers. He started laughing. I said, of course, yes. They don't have the interest of the nation at heart at all. In fact, they take it as a profession to be there, that this is my job. I'm a politician and I'm a senator. Simple. And you must pay me. You see? Ask them about the bills they passed or if the infrastructures. And this, one of the greatest fraud I've seen at home is this thing they call constituency project. All of you came from one senatorial zone or the other. Call or go home and ask, where is the project? They all of them are what goes into their pockets. See?
It's true.
It's a terrible situation. Until the only person that made me to have interest in Nigeria, I continue to say before I don't have interest in Nigeria because I've seen that it will never work as presently constituted. The only person that made me to have interest in Nigeria again is Obi. When he came out, marshaled out his plan, I looked at him, I saw what he's saying, I saw where he's going, a clear road map of how to rescue the situation. I said I would join his movement. I would join him. I love what he's saying, not because it's Obi. No. It's because of his plan and a line of actions and plan that he has, and the demonstration he did in Anambra State when he was the governor. When he came inside Anambra State were basically ruled by mafias. They put you in. At the end of the month, they come and take the allocations. And that's it. And you have one time only. He's the only one who did 2 times for the first time since the state was created. See? So with all these qualifications behind him and his action plan, I said it might be good. It might do a good job. But my fear is when he comes in, he has only 8 years of leadership maximum. Then who comes after? Because you can come and do a good job. In Anambra State, he did a good job. Obiano came.
He has a very good vice president.
Obiano came. Obiano came. And Obiano was good, excuse me, sir, was good for the first 4 years of his term. The second 4 years, he destroyed Anambra State. He didn't do anything. Build a humongous airport for no reason because it's on his side. See? The airport is good if it's functional and if there's the frequency of the traffic there increases. That's the only significant thing I've seen that Obiano did. Any other thing, insecurity increased, non-payment of salaries increased, or the 70-something billions will be left. He squandered all of them. So whosoever that will come behind him will be a problem because we might have a problem because we are running a unitary system. We are not in democracy yet. We are not a federation. We are not a federation. We are running quasi-democracy and a unitary system. See, until you divulge or devolve powers to the states or to the regions, so that center will be unattractive. Development is very difficult. Thank you again. Yes, sir.
What I wanted to contribute, although you touched it towards the end.
All right, let's try and round up.
Okay, let me quickly use this to round up. So if Obi will do all his magic and then leave the Nigerian structure the way it is, it means that whatever succeeds.
I'm not hearing you.
What I expect to do is why. Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's okay. I think is the connections in this area.
Okay, is the connection okay? So what I expect to do probably when he enters, because Niger Watch we won't stop at this thing. We have to always be setting agenda or be discussing certain things. One of the things I first is, because when you say restructure, people will start being apprehensive. Oh, this break. Instead of saying restructure, you will say, I will tell Obi that anywhere they have a federation, be it Brazil, big countries are federated, they all run federation. Brazil, Mexico, USA, Canada, Germany, Australia, India, which other, at least let me stop at these 7. Everywhere they have a federation, what the federal government controls is defense.
Yes.
Intelligence and secret service, like this Department for State Security. Immigration and passport control, that is federal. To issue passport of a country is federal concern. But money and banking, central bank to issue banknote, everything is federal. Then national, what is it called? National Guard, border control, the whole border of the country is under the federal government. It's under the. I saw the immigration and passport. You saw then Then diplomacy and foreign service, like maintaining ambassadors in every country of the world where we like. So it's items. The rest goes to the state. The rest goes to the state. Education has nothing like a federal.
Let me tell you something. In 1963 Constitution of Nigeria, which I advocate that that's what we should be using as at today, that constitution brought us a lot of developments. In 1963 constitutions, regions were allowed to have their ambassadors in any country that they choose, and they're called high commissioners. So we need to go back to that. That's why in the East,
they're called agent general. Agent general.
I think it's high commissioners.
No, it's agent general. Ayo Adeban just said it. High commissioners is for Commonwealth. We still have it now. It's agent general of the region.
Okay. Okay. Whatever they are called, but regions are allowed to have their own to sign treaties with countries and have their own ambassadors and their offices there. And if you check in those days, there was a lot of development because the premiers or the governors, as are today, will know what their region will benefit more from and then go for it. You see, so Nigeria as presently constituted, as long as I'm concerned, I keep saying it in among the group of my friends and platforms wherever I go. I say, presently constituted will not work. We've tried this for 60 years and it doesn't work.
It's true. It won't
and
work.
it will never work.
It will.
You see, but you say what? It will?
No, it won't. I'm with you.
Sure.
It won't work.
Sure. It will never work. So
it won't.
Yeah, but because it fits the few who wants it to continue because of their private pockets, not for the public benefit, they want it to continue. You check APC manifestos. Who go into restructuring because that's their second point in their manifestos, to restructure Nigeria. See, but I don't think he's dancing to that tune now. Of course, it's a stolen mandate. A thief must be fast in taking money from where he entered because
can I interject
a
little bit?
He's out of office. Yes, sir.
Can I? Yeah. You see,
sure.
Nigeria is a very, I will say this now. Nigeria is in a very, very tight situation now. And if Peter Obi gets in, I wouldn't want him to aggressively go into it. One, he should tackle it tactically. First, what I am expecting him to do, bring out all the things that are in the exclusive list, which is making some regions some people so powerful. Just take all out. Make the state very strong, powerful. They now change the taxation system, modernize the taxation system, whereby you cannot handle physical cash. Then strengthen the infrastructures, that is the IT sector, strengthen it very, very well. Now, you now go into the military, then now the police you should decentralize the police force and make a strong law.
Exactly, yes.
The police they don't need anybody to tell them to act when there's a criminal case or being investigative case against any person or any institution. Immediately the people probe, they should go into investigation. Then restructure the DSS, restructure the entire military sector, whereby there'll be professional and you have what we call the reserve military structure, whereby you have people that will be on reserve and well trained. Whenever there is anything, they'll be like an ad hoc staff. Those reserves should be placed in every state. But they are not active, but they are called reserve. Then you now go into all those like making the north a very good place for farming out. What he said, he will now gradually go to make sure that every zone qualify to give back to the center. When you develop
Yeah,
power to the
exactly.
state, there will be no hunger for the center anymore. We want to make sure that the hunger in the center is no more and make
It's true.
the Senate and House of Rep non-profitable and make it part-time
Part-time.
basis.
Exactly. I advocate even no salary for
They said
for
Basis
them.
and no salary,
See,
but you
see,
live on
because it,
allowances.
yeah, because if you look at Nigerian politicians, I will tell you the story my uncle told me. I told him, I said I will go to Nigerian embassy to get passport to get. I said I'll go to Nigerian embassy. He said to go and do what? I said to get Nigerian passport. He said one funny thing. He said, "Don't go." I said, "Why?" I need it. I want to travel home. He said, if it is the time in those days where they appoint ambassadors by merit, I will say go. Then when you get there, you talk to people who are sent. He said, but today, appointments are given to thugs and those who help to kidnap and do
and
in
snatch
political open
ballot box.
and slash ballot and stab people. He said they reward them with ambassador post, and I didn't go, and I saw meaning into what he's saying. Now, if my opinion, having been in this for some time, I continuously say that the people, because of the high cost of entry point in these offices, the entry point means what you spend to go into politics. If you want to be a senator, what you spend to be a senator is too much. The high cost of the entry expenses. You find out that the people that are supposed to be there, I describe it this way, I use the word outside looking in. The people inside they're supposed to be outside looking in, and people outside are supposed to be inside looking out. Okay? The people inside should be people outside. Most of them shouldn't smell any public office. They are not qualified, both educationally, both exposure, both ideas, and in every other situation. So they use this dirty money to put themselves there and suck the country dry. Because they are not qualified. They are a bunch of criminals. Look at our politicians. Look at their character. See? You find out that they're supposed not to be there. So if the cost of governance, including the campaign, is dealt with, and it's very unfortunate if we have good judiciary, because the bedrock of democracy is judiciary. It's law and order. You cannot do away with judiciary and talk about democracy. No. That's why all these cases going to court and the court not being trusted makes it look very bad for what is called democracy in Nigeria. See? So a lot of things need to be dealt with when Obi comes. I hope and look forward that he comes. The evidence are humongous. If the judges look at evidence and not this their foolish they call technicality. When you study Nigerian judicial system or ask the lawyers, the same case they judged last year, okay, and the person will win, if you bring it today again, they might, as long as, of course, it's money he speaks. If your opponent, depending on the promise and money he gives, they turn it around again and say is the opposite. It's a very big shame. And these are supposed to be, quote unquote, learned gentlemen who will rule without favor or looking at faces, that justice is blind, that evidence speaks. But look at truckload of evidence that is constantly coming into the court. The only defense they have is, I will give my reason, I object, and I will give my reason at the end. I don't even know why the case is continuing. If I were the judges, I will give the judgment. I say, give your reasons. I'm giving the judgment tomorrow, and I will give. See, the evidence is humongous. I have not seen what APC, INEC, and Shetima and Group and Tinubu, what their lawyer have brought to the table that will overturn this evidence, minus my fear, minus the technicalities that they're talking about. And technicalities are based on nothing. And technicalities are in law so that instead of hanging an innocent person, okay, many lawyers and judges would tell you, you can turn a criminal loose instead of convicting an innocent person. Because at times, the law enforcement will frame somebody up and bring to you, and you hang the person looking at the concussions that they put on the table. But when you look at the technicalities, you can free the person because there is something missing. That they tell you, instead of that the judge can free a criminal instead of hanging or jailing a wrong person. So those technicalities are there to make law fair. Okay, because law, you are innocent. You are innocent even as charged until convicted. You are presumed innocent. So those technicalities are there to protect that innocency. But in our own, we copy backwards. And of course, when fraud came into the judiciary, we saw that they use it to make money with technicalities. No matter what it is. Look at in Imo State now, where a person they said almost didn't contest the election was made governor. Who was the man? And in what law?
Anyway.
Under what law?
Anyway, Niger Watch.
So,
I think we could finish.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, my people. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Please join us again tomorrow by 7 p.m. No, today. We're already Saturday. Join us by 7 p.m. Nigerian time. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you. We are going to round up
7 p.m. or 7 a.m.?
No, PM.
Okay. Nigerian time. Okay. No problem.
Nigerian time, 7 p.m. Yeah.
It's already 1:47 in London, isn't it?
Yes.
1:47 in London now. Yeah.
Okay. They don't enter money already, sir.
We don't enter money.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't enter money. No problem.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be going to. I have a convention to attend this evening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us. Yeah. I will continue to try the super chat. Yeah, I would.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for your support. Thank you.
You're good night, sir. You're good.
I appreciate you. All right. Mother of all mommy diaspora. Thank you. Kingsley Ogera here. I can see you right there. Thank you. James Mark, we can see you as well. Thank you, my good people. Now here we draw the curtain.
Niger Watch.
Yes, sir.
Niger Watch. I want you to clear this for me. Before this broadcast, I saw something saying Obi withdraws case from court or something like that.
We don't talk that one past since now.
I'm not yelling. I'm not looking.
Now the woman, Lillian, that woman.
No,
Lillian.
Not the woman they bring.
No, now the Lillian I talk.
Because when you take come blast now, we they talk say people they around
no, my one back but the woman the other
woman, we don't deal with her already.
Your girlfriend.
Yeah. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Tomorrow, I appreciate you all. Everyone right there on the comment section. If you're listening to our voice right now, we need to round up. Have a good night, my people. And God bless you. Now join us by 7 p.m. and let's do this all over again. Good night and bye for now.
You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds